strange to have fans inside the ground travelling here, going to this match.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Arsenal versus Leeds live stream. I hope you guys are doing really well. We're going to take a look at this team sheet. We're going to try and figure out what is going on here in the world of football. Isn't this madness? Last night, we talked about all the different things that was affecting the Premier League, and we were talking about all those different things that was affecting the season. Let me just bring Lewis in here. How you doing, Lewis?
Yes, I'm all good. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, my friend, loud and clear.
Nice. How you keeping?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I can see we're all in the away strips.
Yes.
It's going to bode well for today. I haven't gone through the team sheet yet. I was just talking about the fact that Omicron has just ripped us apart in terms of the sporting events worldwide, actually. When you look at the NFL, when you look at what's going on here, we are playing a Leeds team that have had to, can't play 10 of their starting 11 players, although a lot of that is down to injury rather than COVID.
Well, it bodes well for us. I mean, we've been able to field quite a, strong 11. We need to go out there, be professional, get an early goal, silence the crowd.
Yeah.
Because our away record's been woeful this season, and this is a chance for it to improve.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. So let's take a look at this team sheet. To be honest with you guys, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey and Saka as the two holding. So Partey and Xhaka as the two holding, and we've got Odegaard and then Saka and Martinelli on the flanks and Lacazette in the middle. So it's all, it's all set up to where we are not really making any changes at all. And yes, it's unfortunate that the likes of Tavares and Pepe, Smith Rowe, and have not really got back into the team. But the manager's rewarding the players for their performances over the last few games. So it is what it is, and we're going to see a strong finish, because remember what happened when we had Tavares that came on, Sambi, we had Smith Rowe came on and scored a goal against West Ham, and this is how it's going to be again today. So it's another team sheet set in stone. What's your thoughts on the team sheet, Lewis? And big up to you, Bertram.
Is Bertrand going to go first? For me, it kind of picked itself. He's rewarding those that have played well. You don't want to over rotate the squad because you lose that momentum. And it's another opportunity for those that do come on to give the manager a selection headache for the next game.
Yeah, Bertram, how you getting on, bro? You're on mute at the moment, brother.
Deliberately, because I have noise in the back. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I mean, today it's just, this is madness. This whole weekend is COVID madness. So I talked about Redskins, Eagles, about how Eagles have got 2 players out on COVID protocol. Redskins 25 players, no quarterbacks on the roster, so we've had to pick someone up, and defensive line completely disappeared. I'm looking at Leeds team now. I think Rafinha is the only person that I recognize on that starting 11. So 10 changes for Leeds.
Robert's a player that's featured for them quite a bit this season as well.
He has. Yeah. What's your thoughts, Bertram, on obviously you weren't here with the stream last night. So what's your thoughts on the whole COVID situation and on the team sheet tonight?
Well, as you indicated, COVID is not just I think we have gotten complacent as a society. I'm talking globally, because we are sort of exhausted when it comes to COVID, and we decided we want to live our lives, but COVID is telling us that's not how this works. It's providing direction of travel for us. So I do think we have to exercise more what I call abundance of caution as we think about COVID and how we operate. So social distancing, mask wearing, things that help to mitigate some of the implications of the virus are not being exercised as they were before. I do get perturbed when I'm in certain environment and people just, because they've been vaccinated, they're not exercising good
best practice.
Yeah, and it's disturbing because we can see what can happen, right? So
So
But
on my
but I mean, at the end of the day, the league has to go on. The NFL has to go on, and it's not going to be good for some teams. Some going to benefit better than others. You know, Tottenham game got called off. This game didn't get called off for Leeds, but Leeds is mainly more around injuries than, say, COVID situation. So it's interesting.
So, guys, Arsenal have won 10 of their last 13 away games against Yorkshire sides, with the only defeat, I believe, was Sheffield United, I think it was. And we really need to get going today. Leeds are unbeaten in their last 5 home league games, having picked up just 1 point from their last 3 at Ellen Road this season. It's been really bad for Leeds. 1 draw, two losses as well. And as you guys know, Arsenal have lost their last 3 away games. So we really need to nip this in the bud. Let's get rid of the team sheet. And again, guys, the game's already kicked off. I'm at 1 minute and 10 seconds at the moment.
I'm 1:25 now.
So you're slightly ahead of me.
Yeah, Aylin's just moaned about being checked, but to be fair, the two Arsenal players have just held their ground. I think Lacazette was there and somebody else. We're not going to get penalty for that.
Yeah, I think Rafinha got ahead to it as well. Bertram, what time are you on at the moment? I'm on 1 minute and 40.
2:14.
Oh, wow. So you're getting a direct feed. So that's good.
And Laka missed a sitter and Saka missed a sitter.
Oh,
Laka
no.
and Saka just missed sitters. Saka has 0 right foot. Laka should have scored. Ball played into Odegaard, plays out brilliant ball through to Laka. He was onside. Oh, we're back. We're getting good chances so far. That's 2 chances in the last 2 minutes.
That's good, man. Hey, guys, we can work on our goal difference. We can work on our goal difference today.
Odegaard get a brilliant pass to Partey, took a shot to the near post, saved by the keeper.
Oh,
that ball to Laka, though. Laka has to score that.
Yeah, what a ball from Odegaard.
And then Saka has no right foot. I mean, no right foot. He just walks on it. Barely.
Again, guys, Odegaard. We talked about Odegaard. He's created 12 chances in the last 4 starts and just created another one today. What's going on, Tony? What's going on, mate?
How you doing, gentlemen?
Yeah, I was just saying to them, we were talking about Odegaard and his chances created. He's just created another one now. Look at Saka. Thomas Partey's just, at least he's got that on target, Thomas Partey.
Yeah, for sure.
My God, Leeds are here for the taking, man.
And Bertram, if 3 minutes gone and 3 shots.
Yeah, but it's not normal. Thank you, Leeds. Keep it up.
Hey, listen, I went for 3-0 in this game. Tony, what did you go for here?
Well, I mean, you got to look at it from what team they're playing. You know, this game is there for the taking properly. This is we could get a good 3 or 4. So yeah, I'm gonna go 3 as well. 3-0. Why not?
Yeah. Bertram, what about you?
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say.
He laughs.
I'm
He's laughing.
I'm gonna say 4-1. Leeds just don't defend well.
You think they're gonna score
2 goals the first 2 minutes? Yeah, I think they'll score. I think we'll overcommit going forward. We get happy. I know we're gonna score quite a bit of goals though.
And what about you, Lewis? What do you think? What's your prediction today?
2-0.
Lewis going conservative now, man.
Yeah, well, considering the 2 chances we just missed, yeah, it's going to be a game where we're going to create lots and score very little, and we can't afford to be doing that.
So, as I said, guys, this is the 4th consecutive game where Arsenal have named an unchanged lineup. First time that's happened since May 2015. And so, for me, guys, I'm just looking at, I've got the league table here in front of me. No matter what happens this year, Arsenal cannot lose 4th place. That's set in stone. Arsenal are going to finish this year in 4th place. The difference today is, can we extend that lead?
We have to
teams have a lot of games in hand, so you got to qualify that.
But how I look at it is they still got to play those games and win those games. No game is won on paper.
Yeah, once against Liverpool.
It's required, and that's win the games that beat the teams that's in front of us. And that piles on the pressure on those that have to chase.
It is more pressure. I'd rather have the points in hand than games in hand, as we've seen many years before.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work out for some teams.
Yeah, I agree.
I had a lot of people say, "Oh, but they're having a break. They're doing extra training." You don't realize that when you're not having a game like every few days, that the rhythm of your team goes to shot.
Spot on.
I keep saying you see me tell people in the group, like, stop watching what everybody else is doing. If they want to take a mid-season break, let them take the mid-season break. Oh, but this is at the most intense time of the year. Well, if we can pick up the points now, then for me, it's just, for me, they have to, the other teams around us have to pick up wins. They can't afford a draw or a loss. So they have to play with extra intensity when they come back.
Very true, very true. Big shout out to Kurt. Kurt saying, "What's going on, panel? Glad our match is going ahead." Yeah, listen, it is what it is. I sent a message to the guys earlier on. With all the players they got out, the league turned around and said it's not COVID related, so the game is going to go ahead. And look, at the end of the day, we know what happened when Arsenal played Brentford and we had 9 players out. Several of them were with COVID, and it is what it is. We just got to get on with it. I'm smiling today because it could be a nice game for Arsenal, but I'm crying on Tuesday because the Redskins are just we're going to get smacked up. 18 here taking the piss saying, "Props Apollo, Redskins are going to get beaten up." I know, mate. I don't think I'm even going to watch the game because that is just like, what's it worth me watching the game for? We're just going to be like lambs to the slaughter in such a physical game as well. You might be able to get away with it in football, but in American football, where you've got a 700-page playbook, when you're pulling people off the street, that just when you got in a game like football like today, you can just say to a man, "Yeah, I want you to do this in this area, and that's it. Go and give me your best." In American football, when you got a 700-page playbook, what are you gonna tell a man, Tony? What are you gonna say to a man?
Go play stand-up football. Just throw it to his open.
Oh God!
Don't call plays.
18 says, "Big up Bertram, Lewis, and Tony."
Bless up 18.
Kurt says, "Martinelli is my boy. So glad he's finally back in the team. Fancy him today to get a couple." And all it's going to do is keep on putting Smith Rowe on the bench. I mean, that's astonishing. We got an attacking midfielder who scored 7-8 goals in his first 16 games, and he can't get in the team.
And we have an attacker who scored 2 goals in his last 17 and he's in the team.
Yeah.
Football's a fun game.
That doesn't matter sometimes, does it?
Sometimes football don't need to make sense.
Yeah, really weird that, isn't it? Two of our most productive goal scorers are not playing.
But when ESR don't come on, he makes an impact. Sometimes you need that in a game. By the way, you're still learning your trade. Don't forget that. I just need Martinelli to get some minutes in his legs. It doesn't mean that you're not in my plan. We need somebody else to come off the bench and maybe grab us a goal or two.
Maybe Saka should take a break sometimes.
I agree with that.
I agree. Smith Rowe's had his rest. We all said he needs a rest. How about Saka now? Saka needs a rest too. Tackles in the box. Well, Arsenal have had 4 shots already, and they've had 3 on target, and they've had 6 touches in the box so far. 10 minutes. I'm surprised we ain't scored yet. Wouldn't it be funny if we went 1-0 down? Oh, it's hilarious.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Oh, God. This is just a weird weekend of sports, and it's going to get even weirder. Leeds and enjoying a little bit of possession here, though, guys. Should I mess up my stream? Okay, let me just, because I'm on Sky Main Event. I'm not actually on the Sky Premiership channel, so let me see if that will speed up the stream. I'm on 10 minutes and 10 seconds at the moment.
Oh shit, I'm way behind.
Yeah, forget about where I am.
Right. Let's see what's happened now.
Play. Good feet, Thomas. Good feet. Good feet.
I think what we're seeing with this team and Lacazette plays is how well he links up with the people around him.
Yeah.
His ability to hold the ball up and to find players and to even make true passes. Like he just did for Martinelli. It's a good example.
I think he done it. Yeah, look at that.
Where
Say,
you
where's
guys
the
now
support?
as far as time?
10 minutes and 50 seconds.
Okay, yeah, I'm not big.
Yeah, not much I can do on the app here. As I'm on the app, there's not much I can really do. So, guys, what's going on in the chat? We got, you know what? Been a little bit naughty. Sorry for everybody. Apologies for Facebook users. At the moment, StreamYard's not working with Facebook. So we don't have the people from the 101 forum or Footy Banter with us. So I'm sorry for that. But we do have 29 Twitter followers that are watching the stream. So a big shout out to all of you guys who are on Twitter. Which reminds me, I'm just going to send the link again.
We need to go already.
Yeah, just to settle the nerves, just to calm the nerves a little bit.
And keep the crowd quiet.
Yeah, that's nice though. It's a nice feeling though to finish out the end of the year in 4th place and just let all the other teams worry about catching us up.
Come on, speed up the play, man. It's too slow. Come on.
Because of the speed of the Leeds press is really fast.
Yeah. That's the minimum expectation for Leeds, man.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, if you can't beat a team, the one thing you've got to do is press fast and hard.
That's all, ref. No. It's almost like we're just trying to pass. And just tire them out.
You know? Oh, come on, Tune. You got to make a better pass than that.
Leeds, right, so just got that on there. Leeds. There you go. Right, okay, so I've fixed that now. The Twitter link was a bit dodgy. Some people had messaged me and told me that it's working fine now. Big shout out to Richard. Richard's saying, which AFC personnel deserves the biggest apology, even if we lose or draw today? Personnel, I think Edu. I think Edu, because Josh Kroenkier's commitment has never been in question with the amount of money he's pumping into the team. I think it's John. I think it's Edu. Edu probably deserves the biggest apology, and maybe Arteta. But Edu's the transparent guy. He's the guy that's changed everything. He's the technical director, the head scout. He's the one that searches for the players. He's the one that's changed everything in this team. Yeah, kudos to Arteta for having everything work, especially his tactics against West Ham. Amazing. Brilliant. He was getting pure nines.
Now, ref, like he's gone through the back of him, and you're not gonna set the tone.
You can't give the blame to Kroenke when we're in the doldrums and then not give him the credit, because if it goes from the top of the house, then you gotta give credit to the top of the house, don't you? But
that's my point. But that's my point that I made. I've always given them credit.
Foul, referee. Come on, referee. That's a foul.
Does that make sense, Bertram? I've always given the Kroenke's credit for backing the team, especially John.
Boom! Martinelli, top corner. That was a foul, referee, but it's 1-0. It's going to be a long day for Leeds.
Wow, that's 16 minutes, guys.
Leeds
Nice.
Leeds make a mistake, got
Yes.
dispossessed.
Yes.
Ball
Yeah.
into
Nice.
Saka to
Let's get this up there. Let's get
Laka
this up
played.
there.
Oh, come on, Martinelli's
Foul.
not going to pass up a chance like that now, is it? That's
Martinelli
bread
just
and butter. That's what
left hand
Lacazette should have done.
Who got the
first
assist?
5 minutes.
Lacazette.
Yeah, he's the one who won the tackle. Yeah.
It was good penetrative work by
Yes, Lacazette with the
tackle
assist, guys.
From Lacazette. Credit has to go to Saka because he made a good run.
Yeah. Which is what he's been doing over the last few games, man.
Yeah.
You
Saka
really give
turning on.
the assist for a tackle?
I think Smith Rowe gonna be on the bench for a while.
I know, but it counts, doesn't it, Lewis?
I know, man. I'm not giving Lacazette the assist. It's not a controlled pass.
You can't give. I mean, you make a tackle that high up.
No. I'll tell you what I'll give him credit for. I'll give him credit for making the tackle and for Martinelli to be switched on enough.
Because that's how the goal
What
was
is
made.
Lewis
mate.
talking about? What are you talking
Lewis,
about?
that's how the goal
That's
was made.
all
He
Laka.
made the tackle. Yeah,
That's all
what-
Laka.
It's a
Your
tackle.
forward won the tackle upfield, the ball got to Martinelli and he scored.
It's not a controlled pass where he's like, yeah, Martinelli's there. Let me give him the ball.
So the goal scored by the West Ham player 2 weeks ago, the left-hand corner was trying to cross the ball. Don't you give him the goal?
No,
He
he
says
gets
that
the
a goal,
goal.
he was trying to
but
cross
it's
it.
a
He was trying to score.
It's a mishit cross at the end of the day.
Yeah, but he got the goal, right?
Of course.
Of course.
But me personally, I'm not saying that Laka don't deserve to get the assist.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but we have those things that happen, right?
He's trying to control the ball for himself. He's not laying it off. He just happened to be fortuitous enough for it to fall into Martinelli's path.
But the point is, you still got to give these guys their credit. You make
exactly.
that tackle in that part of the pitch, you're gonna create something somehow.
Yeah. This is what I'm trying to say, Tony. That's what I'm trying to say.
No! Oh.
Hey, can you guys see the African Guna? Just the African Guna's in the chat, just firing off. Oh, the African Guna.
So I have a question for you. Does that say something about the coach? He wasn't playing him for a while. He only played him because Smith Rowe got injured or got tired. He wasn't playing. That wasn't a coach making a strategic decision to play him. That was a coach almost like forced to play him because he's not playing Pepe, so he played him instead.
So Bertram, does that come into our conversation later about man and management? Because I don't know if you've seen in the chat about my conversation on that. I think we need to rip that up and chop it up a little bit at some point in the game, maybe at halftime.
Saka's just.
I agree wholeheartedly because think about it. Martinelli played really, really well under Emery, really, really well. Was being lauded by Klopp and others as the next big thing. Got injured, we agree. Was probably stressed physically because of the Olympics, but still came back and got limited or no game time.
Yeah.
Richard's asking a question: is Laka a potential Van Persie or Henry? Great season, then sold. Definitely not, mate. The difference is Henry and Van Persie. Henry and Van Persie were scoring 35, 30 goals a season. Laka can't even reach 20. So,
guys, we got to qualify those statements. So it's like people saying, well, what Pepe scored doesn't score. Do I get the game time consistently to allow the fluidity to occur for me to be able to do so? No, I don't think Laka is a prolific goal scorer, but Abba was the one starting most of the games. So where does Laka get a chance to really score a lot of goals when Abba is the one playing most of the games?
He was a starter before Aubameyang came into the team.
But even when Wenger was there, he was getting pulled out of games and benched a lot of times.
Yeah, he's not
getting Abba. He didn't get Abba
striker during his first season at Arsenal. That's what you got to remember.
So that being said, Lacazette has played 140 games and scored 52 goals.
No. Okay. Again, reposition that. How many games did he start? That's a better stat.
Yeah, it is a better stat. Hold on a second.
I think the answer, Bertram, is we know Lad is not an A striker. His goal return doesn't make him. Oh, good effort.
Yeah, Tony. I thought you was going to take my stance there, Tony. The answer is not enough.
Yeah.
He doesn't score a lot.
That's what I said about Pepe.
Here's my thing about that, Tony, which is, who would you like? I've always said this. You know, I'm not a big ABBA fan, right? So who do you provide in your team? If you have the Martinellis around you who can put the goal in the back of the net, then you can able to supply them like he does, right?
Wow. Get it? Foul ref.
Yeah, he was holding him. And then pretending like he got fouled.
Bertram, do you want Premier League only or all competitions?
Premier League only. Premier League. You know I'm not into the Bush League.
Okay.
Premier League only.
What is this ref on, man? He is not taking control of this game at all. Someone's going to get hurt. One of our players is going to get seriously
I bet he has
hurt.
about 40 and 90 or something, like 35 and 90.
Okay, so out of those 140 games, he started 104.
Right.
Ooh.
So he has, what, 1,504 starts?
Yeah, 140 games, 104 starts.
So he has
How many
1,504 starts. Now, he may have scored a couple of substitutes, but he has 1,504 starts.
What?
You sure that's right? That's exemplary number. Those are exemplary numbers. So you sure that's right?
I'm just adding up the goals now.
No, I assume that he doesn't have 50 goals in the Premier League. He probably has goals in League
Go,
Cup
go,
and
go, go.
FA Cup and all that.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Right, 52 goals in 104 starts.
No, but how many are Premier League goals?
Those are Premier League. I'm only giving you Premier League.
52 in 104?
Yeah,
That's one every other game.
yeah.
That's a ridiculous number.
No,
That starts. That starts. Remember. That
I
starts.
know, but I'm just saying that's ridiculous numbers. Because most of the other top forwards are going to start most of the game. Talking about Shearer and Aguero and Henry, they start most of the games, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
In his first year, he started 26 games, came on 6 as a sub. In 2018, 2019, 27 games started, 8 as a sub. And actually, let's go back to that. 26 games started in his first season and 14
Great
goals.
ball from Xhaka.
That's 1 and 2.
Oh!
Yeah, you're right.
That's 1 and 2.
So actually, Bertram, I'm going to agree with you.
Can we just give a little bit of credit there to that pass from Xhaka into Tierney?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that.
And by the way, he actually can play football too, like Apollo. He can actually play football. He's not just a goal scorer.
Right. Yeah. So what we're looking to see now? Lord, what a ball to Tierney.
That's what I
that's
just
a good
shouted
save.
about.
Yeah, I know. That's a great save. That's a great save. Thanks for the question, Richard.
Don't
Big
let him
shout
go.
out to you.
Oh my God, Rafinha just missed a sitter. Rafinha created a goal by himself and should have scored and kicked it wide.
No, I'm glad that he did.
Back Tierney up, went inside, and he should have scored. Actually, he had the whole goal in front of him.
Yeah, he should have.
That's bad defending, Tierney. You got to push him wide, Tierney. You can't bring him inside. You got to push him wide.
Yeah,
that's bad defending by both of them, both Tierney and White. And I'm not convinced about White.
Is it White?
That was too easy. Yes, it was White. That was too easy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
that was awful defending. Awful. Two of you forced him wide.
Yeah, I love what White did against St. Maximum and Antonio. Loved what he did against those two players. He took Antonio out of the game. Antonio's not on very good form at the moment.
He's not on good form. He's not
his
playing
confidence is really, really low.
Because it's not Antonio. It's West Ham were poor. We were good, but West Ham were poor. They were poor. I mean, where was Rice and Souček? We're supposed to be down in midfield. They weren't in the game.
Good effort from Thomas Partey. Straight down the keeper, but again, at least he's on target.
That's his second shot. That's his second shot on target, Tony.
He's scoring today.
He feels he's going to get a goal in him today, isn't it?
I haven't heard you lot talking about your king, Xhaka. Nobody ain't talking about your king today.
What about that threaded pass through to Tierney?
Brilliant pass to Tierney. Yes, brilliant pass to Tierney. Split the defense. If it was Odegaard, you'd be lauding him, Apollo. That was Odegaard. You see what a brilliant pass it was.
Yeah.
Do we give him a medal for making a pass like that? Is that what we're doing now?
No, but what we don't do is just ignore
any way to discredit Xhaka. Let's figure out how to discredit Xhaka as much as possible because we don't like him.
I'm not discrediting him.
If you do something good, you got to praise it, Lewis.
But we just said how great Odegaard's pass was to Lacazette, right?
Yeah.
Great Odegaard's pass was to Lacazette.
Yeah. And guys, that's what you're here for, because I ain't gonna do it. Yeah, if you're looking for that kind of love from me, it ain't gonna happen, man. Stephen says, does Martinelli have Brazilian international written all over him? Or would it suit Arsenal to have an uncapped gem in our hands, Lacazette? My point is, he's in his prime form, but for how long? That's actually a really good question because...
And he's already capped.
Yeah,
he's already been capped.
Yeah, he's already been capped.
Yeah.
He's been in form since he's been at Arsenal.
Yeah. No,
he was the best player. He was the best player in preseason when he first came. The best player in preseason. I agree.
But last year he
injured,
was poor, man.
He got injured, didn't get a run of games, so he looks really bad. And you have to have a run of games sometimes to get back to where you were.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Deliver, Xhaka. Come on, deliver.
What are we waiting for here, man? Come on. There's got to be somebody free. Come on. All right, so if you're going to do that...
I think they're waiting for Leeds. I think they're looking to come out and just try and suck Leeds in.
Yeah.
You know what?
You have to give credit to Leeds because Leeds know that this is a wounded animal. You lose 7-0, the next game you can't lose 4-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're harrying us. They're running real hard. That's the minimum that Bielsa would expect. This has to be a reaction.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Great ball from Ramsdale.
Great ball, Xhaka. Come on, Martinelli. 2-0. Brilliant ball, Xhaka. Brilliant goal, Martinelli. Rowe, I'm very sorry, but you're going to be the bench for a long time. A long time, Rowe. And you've been brilliant, but unless Saka gets benched, Martinelli's not getting off the field. He's taking his chances.
Wow.
By the way, that was the guy with the XHAKA name that made a pass. What's his name again? Apollo. What's his name, Apollo? What's that guy's name?
Oh, that's a great pass. Well done.
Apollo. Are you wait, Tony. Apollo, you can't stand Apollo. Can you look away from the camera?
Everybody that knows me knows I do not like Xhaka.
What a finish.
Right? But if he plays well,
What a pass. Split the defense. All he had to do was keep control of the ball and chip it in. Brilliant pass.
Tony, you're not going to chime in. You're not going to chime in with anything to top up what Bertram's saying?
I don't need to.
Brilliant pass, Xhaka. Brilliant. By the way, 2 in a row.
Yeah.
2 in a row.
Hey, listen, Lewis, remember when I was saying to them guys that I see Martinelli as another Ronaldo? Yeah? And my biggest disappointment was because of the injuries last season, because him and Hadland 2 years ago was like that.
You know what Martinelli's doing? And you guys are going to hate me saying this. He's showing up Saka. He's showing up Saka. I keep telling you guys that. A forward should score goals. I don't care how much they dribble and look good.
He can get a hat-trick today, bro.
But also, it takes the pressure off of Saka to always...
No, what pressure? Saka don't score goals. What pressure? Yeah. He doesn't score goals.
Did he not score a couple of games ago?
Bertram, you're getting some love here.
He has 2 in 17, Lewis.
In the chat.
2 in 17. That's 40% conversion rate, Lewis. What are you guys watching? I've been saying that from day one. Yeah, and you guys give me grief.
Bertram, you got some love. Read the thing, man. Read the thing, Bertram.
Look, I'm going to say this. I'm not a big Xhaka fan, so I know people think I am. I'm not. But I give credit when it's due.
Yep. Kurt saying, boom, there's his couple. Yeah, for real. What's going on, Michaela? Michaela says another one. Yeah, it's happening, man. I said 3-0.
Wow. Leeds making a change already.
Tony said it could be 3 or 4.
Sorry, Apollo. Bielsa is not waiting any longer. He made a change. One of his senior players too.
Yeah.
Michaela says, I think when Arsenal signed in, we were confused, and it just explains itself. And that's why I said give props to Edu. Who brought Martinelli in? It was Edu. Edu don't get enough props.
That Brazilian knowledge, man. Nah, that's probably one of the best he's made.
You want goals because we don't score enough goals. And I keep telling you guys, our forwards need to score goals, not just our center forwards.
Yeah.
And Martinelli's showing you when you have wingers can score goals, what it means.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, Saka is a 10. He's not a winger because he don't score enough goals.
Man, there's no pleasing you, is there?
I've been saying that from day one. What are you guys talking about? Hey, Tony, is this the first time you're saying this?
And I'm supporting Bertrand. I've always supported that argument. This guy needs more production.
We scored 50-something goals last season. That's not good enough. Always got to score goals, or you're going to struggle.
Look, Lewis, I'm one that can say I was there, mate. Listen, you know, this is the football that I'm accustomed to.
Oh, you ain't the only one. Yeah, I'm not that young, you know. I'm not that young.
Well, you look young. You look like 15 years.
No, son, he looks like 15. Have you seen his son? He takes his son to the games. He takes his little youth to the games, man.
Yeah, I'm taking him on. I'm taking him Tuesday. He has no idea either. I was just like, you know what? You done well this, you know.
Big shout out to Victor. Victor, what's cooking, bro? What's going on, Victor? Man?
And anyone want to give me grief? I picked us to be in top 6. Let me just say that.
Yeah, I know.
Out loud, I picked us to be in top 6. I looked at the squad. I looked at the team. Yeah. I said, we ain't got top 6 that's managed. Doesn't mean we're going to get there, but at least we show potential.
Yeah, true. Cool K saying Bertram's standards are too high. No, you know what? That's Bertram's level, bro. That's his level. No, whether it's high or low, you got to respect it. That's your level. Yeah. That's your expectations, and that's it.
And I think that is what some Arsenal fans are guilty of, lowering our standard. I mean, you know, there's what there is a difference between the standard and the expectation.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So guys, hear this actually. So Smith Rowe has scored 4 goals in probably half the game Saka's played in. You think I'm knocking Saka? I'm knocking production, right? So if you have someone in the bench who's going to say, I'm scoring goals, this other guy is scoring goals, why is that? Why am I not playing? Would that go into your head?
No, what goes into my head, Bertrand, and this is where I differ from you, is that there is a development cycle within younger players. You can't have it all now. Yeah? You have to get this incremental development going on. With you, there's no incremental. There's now on a tin, I'm having it tomorrow, and that's it. That's your expectation.
So here's my view.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong.
Here's my view, Apollo, which is this. Fans want immediate success. They're not sitting here thinking about, oh, you know what, let's Saka develop in the next 3 to 4 years. Because Arteta's job is based on success now, not 3 to 4 years from now.
Yep.
We don't have that patience.
It may be the hard truth, but it is the truth.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of give and take in that statement.
By who? By Apollo, maybe. Not a lot of fans.
No, not by Apollo, by Kroenke.
Maybe Kroenke, but not fans.
Yeah, they mapped out a 3-year plan, and where they want to get from in terms of A to B or C.
Come on, Lacazette. You got to score the goal, Lacazette. Come on, Lacazette. That's why people get frustrated, you know.
Is that kind of incremental improvement I'm talking about? They're not expected to get in the Champions League last year. And, you know, he's been there next week and have been there 2 years.
Yeah, he's got to finish it. You see that, Tony?
Yeah.
Brilliant ball to Odegaard. Odegaard should have shot the ball right there. Right there, need to kick it. And you know what, Tony? He should have crossed it to Saka, you know. If he can't score from there, look at that play again. You can tap it to Saka as a tap in.
Yeah,
and Saka needs a goal.
Yeah, you can see here. Look at this. Martinelli just rampant, man. Odegaard, everything's going through Odegaard.
As it should.
Lacazette, man, you got to do. Yeah, Lacazette's got to do better than that. Lacazette.
To be fair, it was a little bit on his heels.
He was. That's what I'm saying. He could have crossed it, Tony. If he crossed it, tap it to Saka, but
he had enough time to keep dead with his left foot and then ross it with his right.
Hey, Richard saying, great show panel. There's a vibe being built. So what do you all think, honestly, to make of Mikel Arteta, not just a pretty face. I think Arteta's...
We're going to have a big discussion on that, I think, at half time. Because we've posted a question to that's been talked about in the group chat about Mikel Arteta's man management skills. Is something that needs a proper look at.
Brilliant ball, Xhaka. Brilliant ball, Xhaka. Sorry.
yeah, it's funny, Bertram. When Odegaard slipped that ball through to Lacazette a minute ago, I didn't hear you say "brilliant ball" by Odegaard.
His name is not Xhaka.
Is it like that,
Okay. Because Lacazette was part of that move out of defence.
Yeah, you're right, Tony. You're right.
No, I thought he should have shot the ball versus passing it. Yeah. I thought he had a good angle because when you pass the Lacazette, it's a more closer angle. He had the middle of the goal. He could pick his side that he wants to go. But he's being unselfish.
Can we agree that this is why I say I see a lot of Ozil in him, because he knows what he's in the team for and he's overplaying it sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes when you can just put your boot through it, and you know, and let's not lie, Ozil had 9, 11 and 12 goals a season when he was at Arsenal. When he first came here, Ozil was scoring in double digits and assisting in double digits, and that's what I want from Odegaard. But don't be gun shy.
So there's a difference in the Ozil comparison. Ozil played one direction, going towards your opponent's goal.
Yeah,
right? There's a big difference. Odegaard tries to put a foot in continuously. So Ozil was probably a better offensive player, frankly, when he wanted to be, but he didn't think about defense at all.
Careful, Bertram. Careful.
No, he was no. His passing was exquisite.
Bertram.
But you can't be lazy playing football.
Do you remember after the World Cup when Ozil was 21 and Real Madrid went to sign him? Ozil was terrorizing teams.
But I said he was a better offensive player. He didn't play. He doesn't play defense. It's not a bad statement. He didn't play any defense at all. And he could afford to do Real Madrid where they have so much offensive power. Firepower.
Victor, come on, man. Victor says, who knew Martinelli was good? We all knew 2 years ago when he scored 10 goals.
No, I'll tell you what did it for me with Martinelli when I saw him play in the preseason in America. And he first picked up the ball and he just dropped, and you're like, he's a baller. When he gets a bit bigger, when he starts learning about when he needs to make them big driving runs and when to use his pace, he's going to be a danger. You could see it from then. So we all knew he kicked the ball for Arsenal.
I think for me, we always rated him when we saw him play, but the game that did it for me, we were all sitting here in the panel, we were all in lockdown, and Arsenal went away to Stamford Bridge to play Chelsea. And Aubameyang was red carded, so he was banned. Lacazette was injured. So we were all sitting here saying, we got no striker, what are we going to do? And my man put in a performance that was man of the match.
That's when Conte slipped, wasn't it? Wasn't Conte slipped?
Yeah. That's when we beat...
there was fans in the ground. That was when Luis got sent off, or Mustafi got sent off in that game. And he was playing with...
No, Conte slipped on that goal that he scored, wasn't it?
And what's his name?
Go on. What are you doing?
Tony, what's happening, Tony?
Great ball from Ben White into the path of Lacazette. Lacazette looks like he's about to take a shot. There's a back heel to Saka, leaving Saka to take on a man. But
Saka does what Saka does. Get to the 18 and forget what to do.
Mind you, he's been vastly improved over the last few games, which I've pointed out.
No, he hasn't.
Vastly improved.
He has improved. I think when you got in the British football nowadays, because we were historically playing long balls and didn't play a bit of the dribble, now people are getting stats for dribbling. I have no idea what that means. Now people get stats for holding the ball up really well. That's all good. But what's the end product you're getting out of it?
So do you want me to explain? He got 2 assists back-to-back.
Wait, last week?
Last 2 games, he's had 2 assists back-to-back. And
yes, the way he gave Laka a goal. Yes, he did. He did.
And as I said to Tony, that takes his total up to 23 assists since he's been a starter, which is more than any player on the team.
Doesn't say much for us because we don't score goals. So
exactly, we don't create as well.
Right, so I look at it this way, yeah. If you're not scoring, you got to be assisting minimum if you're in those wide areas.
Yeah.
So if you're not
what's Saka's stats this season, Apollo? In the Premier League.
Oh Lord.
17 games.
I don't localize Premier League.
Is it 2 goals and 3 assists in 17?
I only look at the stats that the players have done overall.
Well, we only play 2 leagues, where we play like the FA Cup and League Cup, or a League Cup. I'm not sure FA Cup has started yet. So. Okay, Saka got away now. Let's see what he does.
So he's got two goals and 4 assists in the Premier League.
He scored. He just scored actually. Well, yeah, he got the goal. He scored. But he hit a defender.
Throwing out haymakers now, you know. He just scored, Tony.
You know what is Bertrand's been on at him all game.
But the game. The goal may have been blown off. Wait, hold up. The goal may not have been given. Let's see. They say he was offside. Yeah, he was offside.
Oh.
Don't start gloating, Lewis. Don't start gloating. Don't start gloating.
Yeah.
Is it disallowed?
Yeah, don't start gloating, Lewis. Hold that gloating. And defender scored up the defender, by the way.
It don't matter.
It was on target, so he would probably have gotten it.
Like you said with Lacazette, if he ain't there to do what he did, we don't get the goal. We didn't get the goal because he was offside. He's offside.
Saka was the one offside. Wasn't it Saka offside in the first series of the play? Yeah, Saka was the one offside. VAR is checking though, so he's not done yet. Yeah, I think he was offside though. Yeah, he was offside. Just barely, Frank. Wait, maybe not. The heel of the defender looking play. Maybe not.
Oh, so we'll wait. We'll wait to see who can gloat first.
Well, I'm going to say it's for the defender. Look like it's a goal actually. It's a goal.
Is it? I looked like he was partially offside, but he wasn't.
The defender in the middle.
Even the camera shot.
Bertrand
is blurred.
Yeah,
Bertrand, do I leave this up or put it down?
No, leave it up. Leave it up.
Goal given.
Can I gloat now?
Given.
No, you can't gloat.
So so that's 3 goals and 4 assists.
Did he get the goal or did the defender get the goal? In Apollo?
No, it was on target. If it's on target, they give them the goal. I don't believe it should be.
So Lewis, your whole thing about Laka's assist, you don't have the same view about Saka's goal? I'm just curious.
Well, you have to imply it. I just said it before you said to me, don't go. Like, you told me, no. But, you know, if you don't shoot, you don't score. It's as simple as that.
Oh, so if Laka doesn't tackle, he doesn't get the assist. That's what you're saying.
Just to make sure we never shot on target from Odegaard.
Ashik,
we're ripping this thing to pieces.
I know. Ashik has just said Saka's been class till now. Kurt saying, who's the striker forward each of you wants us to get in the summer? Me and Naomi says Alexander Isak. I think Bertram is sent maximum. Tony,
no.
I'm not sure who Tony is.
No,
I think we should get Lacazette.
We already got him.
That's not funny.
No, we don't.
It's not funny. They've offered him an extension. He just ain't signed it.
Why
do you think he got the captaincy?
From Saka.
What did we do when we want to sign Aubameyang? We gave the captaincy.
Hang on, guys. We're missing the game. There were so many chances coming. Like, we literally just.
It's a total effort, man.
Tony, we only focus on goals, Tony. We're not into chances anymore, Tony. We have to move
on. Come on, man.
14 goal attempts to Arsenal and only 4 for Leeds. Odegaard in space here. Another chance.
I think Odegaard should have done better with his shot just before that.
So Apollo, you know, on Coach's Desk podcast, Cataract is a Leeds fan. You know he's gonna get slaughtered, right?
Yeah. Hey, are you guys on tonight? If so,
we're on tonight. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna be listening to that. I'm gonna be twirling my moustache.
I can't wait for the conversation. He may not turn up. I hope we score 6. I hope we score 6.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
God.
looking that way. It's looking
What's
that
that?
way.
Tony, let me jump over to the league table so I can see our goal difference.
It's +4.
It's +4, bro. Yeah. That's all you need to know. Whatever
We need to play
win
Leeds
by,
more often.
Yeah, boy. Wow. Okay, so 5 points ahead of Man City, 7 points
Man
ahead
United, not Man City. Man City top
of Man
of the
United.
table.
Man United, sorry, 7 points ahead of Tottenham, and Tottenham got Liverpool.
Tomorrow, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
they do have Liverpool tomorrow, yeah?
They're actually gonna go ahead now.
I think so.
No, I will go ahead. Because Spurs supposed to be
I think
okay, given that they just came to. Come, Saka, score another one. Embarrass Bertram, come on.
This is mad. This
Why
is
you
mad.
missed that? What kind of pass was
As
that?
Richard says, hit the like button, guys. Hit that like button.
What we'd like
Nice.
is for
Just change
Partey
the
to score a
graphic
goal. That's what
here.
I want. Partey
Yeah.
needs to score a goal.
Yeah.
Oh, great
If
pass.
Partey scores today, he gets man of the match from me, hands down, just for the fact that he scored.
Oh, God, Lewis.
I mean,
Come
look at
on,
Martinelli just terrorizing them. They can't even live. They're so afraid of him now. They're playing off him. You know when a speedster wide receiver just burns a cornerback for a touchdown, then you see the cornerback just drop back 10 yards. You don't want anything near that brother.
Yeah,
And he's
Laka
calling
needs
the
to score,
safety
though.
over for
You can't
help.
score so much goals, you send a forward not scoring. Laka needs to score.
Bilair says last season, I'm not sure. Because where
Do you know
are they going to go? Nuno?
You know who I actually do want to see come on and score? Eddie, just to put his 2 fingers up at Bielsa.
No,
when
Eddie
he-
shouldn't play anymore for the season. Eddie should not play.
Yeah.
Nah, just this game, man. Just this
Eddie's
game.
coming
Get
up.
your
Put
goal.
Pepe in. Put the
Salva
players
says,
who are going to be here in the game.
yo, what's going on to you, Salva? Right, so Richard says, pick one which describes you or the average Arsenal fan this season. Loyal, face fluctuating, anxious, excited, expendant. Feel free to use any descriptions.
All of the above.
Me, I'm definitely loyal. Yeah, that's me. I'm definitely
Well, I
loyal.
think that counts for every Arsenal fan, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. I mediate 101 every day. It definitely doesn't count for every Arsenal fan. Anxious.
I mean, you can hate Wenger, you could hate Arteta, you could hate Emery, you could hate the players, but you still support the team. That's loyalty, bro.
Yeah, you need to get on the forum and read some of the daily activities that have been going on. We got a nice long thread that me and Nabil was talking about. I've specifically pinned one which is all about loyalty and support, and it's rubbed a few of them man a little wrong on the wrong way, which I don't apologize for, but it's there, black and white. I think some people have been excited.
I'll tell you the post that I did like was the one about when your views change of the team. The first 3 games of the season, I was pissed off.
I wasn't.
But then I didn't really take into account that how much COVID had played a part within the squad until now.
Yeah.
Right. And now that Arteta's got his players in, everybody's fit, everybody looks, like they're up for the cause. You're like, hold on a minute, he might just do something off here. But I'm reserving my judgment to the end of the season to see where we actually finish. Because I don't want to
this actually. We are 5 points out of third. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And hey, Bertram and Chelsea are nosediving badly, man.
Nah, they're gonna be okay. They have a lot of people out. They'll be okay.
How much goals has Bertram? How much goals has Lukaku scored this season?
Good question. I thought he had a few in his first few games. And he got injured.
And they're different. That they got goals from. They got players who can score from anywhere.
They should have scored a ton against Everton. Mount missed goals which you and I could score, frankly. Baby goals. So they'll be okay.
You know what made me laugh last night, Bertram? Andy said Chelsea are going nowhere. And I said to him, Andy, last season Chelsea's problem was they didn't have a striker.
Right.
And this season Lukaku has only 3 goals?
But he's not played. He's not played since he got injured, right? He's not played much. He's coming a couple games.
I think he's had 7 games, 3, 4. So he's had 11 games.
No, I mean when
starts.
he came back. When he came back, actually, he's been off somewhat. He started out really well, but then because Kante has been out, Kovacic has been out. They have a lot of players who are out.
Yeah.
Right?
They won the Champions League with no striker. That was my point.
True, and Havertz was out too. Is out now with Coke. They have a lot of players out. I mean, they have 2 teams basically. But.
Yeah. Arsenal looking good, boy. What's going on, everybody out there in Arsenal land? It's half time, and as you can see, we are all elated. The whistle, Belisa right now, his week has gone from bad to worse. 10 unanswered goals. That's 10 goals they've let in. 7 against City and 3 against Arsenal. And you've got to feel sorry for them in some respect. But they continue to play on. Right now, it's Arsenal that are just picking them off at ease. This game is over. The question now is, how many goals are Arsenal going to score today? I predicted 3-0, and they're already at 3-0. So we could see another 3 or maybe 4. If you're going to bring on Nketiah, Smith Rowe, Pepe, or anybody in that respect.
Pepe's not getting any games. It's going to be Nketiah and Smith Rowe. He's not playing Pepe. Something is going on there too. That whole man management thing is
it's crazy.
He'll be lauded for winning, but I'm telling you, he's going to turn on him eventually. He always does.
So let's have a look at that, shall we? Let's get some definition up here for the previous captain. Here we go. Most big goals. Here we are. Right. So let's get some of the views. Let's get Lewis and Bertram's view, because you guys wasn't on the stream on Thursday when we were talking about the captaincy and things like that. So let me just get rid of this. Let's get this out of the way.
Here. I'm just making a quick bagel.
That's all right, mate. So
please.
Most big 5 league goals since 2009. We can see the players up on here on this list. Let's just get rid of this. Lionel Messi, Ronaldo, Lewandowski, Cavani, Suarez, Aguero, Pierre, Emerick, Aubameyang. This is who scored the most goals since 2009, and then Ibrahimovic is underneath him. The second sheet says best minutes per goal rates since the start of the Premier League era. Since the Premier League even started. Bertrand, do you want me to try and blow that up for a little bit more? Hold on.
You know, age is catching up with me and I can't see really well. I take my glasses off.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have split them into 3 parts.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
As it is. So the second one is, as I said, best minutes per goal rates in the history of the Premier League.
It probably was better before the last season and a half too.
True.
Think about it, because he hasn't scored a lot of goals in the last season and a half. So it probably was even better rate. Probably was close to Aguero's rate, actually.
And then the last one at the bottom is most goals scored since 2015 in top 5 European leagues. Messi, Suarez, Lewandowski, Ronaldo, Kane, and Aubameyang. So, Bertram, I can take this graphic down because we all know what we're talking about now. So what's your thoughts of the Aubameyang situation? I know me and you had a lot of conversation before the podcast started, but what's important, what counts is what you think. You all know my opinion on it. I think Arteta's managing the team and the team is being successful, and that means a change of culture. It means rooting out what doesn't work. I don't have much sympathy when players start breaking the rules and start doing things. I always say captains is first in, last out, not last in and first out, and you have to lead by example. And when you're continuously doing things that breaches team protocols, you have to get punished accordingly. That's just me speaking as an experienced manager. But we all have different views and opinions. Lewis, I'll ask you afterwards when Bertram goes. Bertram, what's your take at the moment on what's going on with Aubameyang?
So we don't have all the information, right? We get piecemeal. We were told that he went to visit his sick mom, and you always have compassion in those situations. and that he came back a day late, or should have come back the evening, came back the next morning, came in to do his test, and things didn't work out well. Manager perturbed, decided that he's not going to have him in the match day squad and not playing him, right? And he was benched the game before. You should remember that also. So I'm sure he probably wasn't happy. We don't know what transpired between him and the manager. What we do know is that there's a pattern with Arteta. So this whole view about a player not following rules, it's a cultural situation, want to change the culture. That's all good for organizations. And you need to have things harmonized and have uniformity when you're trying to manage people and trying to set standards. That's all fine. But we also got to understand that he was begging the player a year and a half ago to sign. He gave him the captain, even though the player's a free spirit and probably wasn't captain material. He did all he could to get this player on board and have the player sign. Because you know what? The player was producing. You know, a lot of background noise, guys, sorry. The player was producing. So if you're going to have me when I'm producing, and my behavior pattern hasn't changed, the same pattern, why wasn't I disciplined before? I know he was in the Spurs, for the Spurs game, he came late. But has he been late consistently? Has he been disciplined consistently? Because we haven't seen it. And when I'm producing, you value me. And when I'm not producing, you discard me. Because I have a view Arteta's realized, I just see how Lacazette is playing, and we've been saying this on this program for a while, Apollo, that our Abba is not the solution given how he plays. You need a complete football player in today's Premier League for you to be successful, like a Harry Kane, for example. Players with that sort who can play both ways and also who can hold the ball up, make through pass, can actually make a pass, which he doesn't do. So I understand what the manager is trying to do, but if I think about the Arsenal and how he's acting, Torreira, Saliba, Guendouzi, it goes on and on. AMN, all the players he's had conflict with, which is out of the public domain. Now, I said to you before, Apollo, when Klopp took over Liverpool, he moved out a lot of people. He moved out the Benteke's of the world, who did great at Villa, went to Liverpool, didn't fit his style. We didn't have as much noise around as individuals being moved out, and much supposed dissension in the ranks, and so much conflict being publicized in the airways, and people being benched because of discipline. We didn't have that. We didn't have those confrontations. So is this a young manager trying to stamp his authority? What is it around? Is that the culture is so, because I didn't mention the Ozil situation. You know, I wasn't an Ozil fan. I thought he should be moved out. But there's a way to discipline people. There's a way to get loyalty. There's a way to manage. And as I said to you, Apollo, guys, there's a lot of noise in the background. Somebody's pressing something. It's just Tony. Tony, can you mute, please? There's a way to manage people, which is, when you're managing people, there are two criteria to think about. The how and the what. How do I do what I do? And what is it that is being done, right? And if your what is good, so I have good outcome, I play really well, I produce really well, but how you do it is not good, then you have to figure out how to manage that. I don't think his how is good. I think his what is having results. I think his how is atrocious. And I said, my last words is this, it will catch up with him at some point. And by the way, Apollo, before you're mute, Apollo. By the way, here's another thing, Apollo. This is very, very important, Apollo. So people don't realize this, which is you always got to think about when you make a decision, what's the implication to someone else? How will it be digested? How will it make them feel? You exercise empathy, compassion. Are you thoughtful about it? And can you get them to be where you want them to be? So if he disregards Aubameyang, throws him away, we didn't get any money from him when he tried to get him out in the marketplace and have him being sold, right? Because you're trying to make sure you get a return on your investment. And all we're doing is discard people and can't get any return on investment, wasted money. So he's got to figure that out. But you know what? If he has success, fans will not care. They don't care about players. They only care about success. They don't care about players. So we'll see.
Yeah, I kind of I sympathize with what you're saying, because I do believe as a manager that you have to manage people. You know, in terms of the experience that most of us have in the workplace, you don't give up on your people first and foremost. Sorry, Bertram, what's going on there?
His mic, his mic.
Somebody got music playing in the background.
No, might be my TV.
So I mean, in terms of like this man management situation, you know, there's definitely something to be said about what Bertram has just explained in terms of working your magic on players at the same time dealing with egos, because that is what management is all about. Apollo, you know that. I know that from being a sales manager. You know, there are some people you need to give a kick up the bum. The others you got to put a hand around the shoulder and cajole. It's very difficult when you got big egos in the sport of football, because these guys are earning 40, 50, 60 up to 300 grand a week.
More than the manager.
Yeah.
More than the manager. Stevens, Richard saying, is Tony showing us his all-round value skills, pundit, vlogger, and cook? I just want to get to what these guys are saying before we move on. 18 saying, Aubameyang was late twice. He's the captain. Lead by example. He isn't. It's not acceptable. Richard saying, impressive stats for Bamba. Pleasantly surprised. We may have seen the best of him at Arsenal, though. He's a terrific goal-getter. Not looking forward. I think in that respect, it was frustrating for all of us to see him sort of missing those easy chances. And while I have to say, most times than not, it didn't really cost us because we won those games. But it was really hard to see the guy standing 5-6 yards outside the goal and just not on it. And you have to think that there's something going on upstairs. And then we bench him. Since we've benched him, in the last 3 games, we scored 7 goals. Today would be 4 games and 10 goals without Aubameyang in the team. So
we look a better team for it. We look a better team without him.
So, guys, I've said this for a long time, and you guys know this, which is, I don't think he's a good footballer. I think he's a great goal scorer, but he's not a good all-round footballer. And that's a problem for your team with young players around you. I think where that came out really was apparent last year when we played Chelsea. We're on a bad run. Lacazette playing up front, kids running off, and we beat Chelsea, a good Chelsea team 3-1. He kind of showed you that Abba doesn't bring people into play, right?
Yeah.
He plays something, he plays when he wants. I don't know what's happening in his personal situation. He's a great goal scorer. The minutes per goal, you can't fake that, right? And he does it in multiple leagues. He did it in League One, did it in Bundesliga. He's done it here at all levels, but his overall play is not what it needs to be. My concern is this. I like to treat people fairly. I manage a lot of people. And what Tony was saying about what you realize is a couple of things. One is, if you're loyal to people, if you treat them well, if you give them opportunities, if you promote them, if you don't take the credit when they do things well and you give them credit, they'll be loyal to do. They run through a brick wall for you, and you'll have a better environment. And people around you are going to notice that, and they're going to gravitate to it, and that will help your culture. But if you disregard people because they're not producing as well as they should, and you're not motivating them to get there, or you have no empathy when it comes to them, then they'll work for you because they have no choice, but they won't be in your corner. And when things are not going well, they're going to throw you under the bus.
Yeah, I think
so
that
he's got to hope he has continuous success. Otherwise, he's going to struggle as a manager going forward. And he's a young manager too.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there, but you have left out the fact that he has broken protocols and he's failed to meet the standards of the captain that's been set by the manager and the technical director.
And I apologize to you. When William broke protocol last year, nothing happened. Here's what's worse. When Pepe headbutted play at Leeds and got his red card, he called up Pepe in public. It was probably a few weeks after that, Xhaka did some stupid tackle, got a red card. He said nothing.
Said nothing.
So Bertram, you said with Willian that nothing happened.
Nope.
I can recall they sat down 24 hours after the season ended, and Arteta sat down with him and said, "This ain't working out, bro, for these reasons." And
William decided to leave. William could have said, "I'm getting my money." William was stupid.
Hold on. And Willian said, "I agree." And
William was stupid. Ozil was smart. You have a contract with me. You were wide open when you signed the contract. You're in a better position than me because you know contracts. You committed to me based on how I did before. I'm not giving up all that money. Who does that? You pay me off and I leave, just like Ramsey's playing Juventus now. Ramsey's in Juventus, you pay me for a year. I have a year and a half of my contract. You pay me. I'm not leaving. I'll sit on the bench. I'm close to being 30. I probably have a few years left after 30. Why would I give that money up?
Yeah, there's a lot of things wrong here, guys. He's 33 next June. He's broken protocol more than once. He's not on form. There's a lot of things going wrong here, guys.
The optimum word is he's not on form because, frankly, Apollo, he's broken protocol all his career.
That's not the optimum word, mate. The optimum word.
All his career is broken protocol.
Yeah.
Tuchel alluded to that.
That
everybody
doesn't
put up
mean,
with it.
Here we go.
Yeah, that doesn't meet our philosophies. It doesn't meet the
Apollo,
culture.
he broke. Arteta had him a year and a half. Apollo, I'm confused. He's had him 2 years
now. Don't be confused. This is simple. The simpleness in this is the structure and the culture is set in stone. There's a line drawn. You cross that line, and it ain't gonna work out. What?
Okay.
How is that difficult?
It's just like being at work when there's rules and protocols and policies that you have to adhere to. And
but we all know that.
Lewis, if he had 10 goals at this time of the year, Lewis, if he had 10 goals at the year, you would be cursing, you'd be mad at the manager. If he was hitting the goals, you would not have it.
Yeah, but he's not.
None of you guys would have it.
Yeah, he's not. And you're right, Bertram. You're not wrong. If I have the top salesperson, yeah, in management, I've talked to you about SL2 before, Bertram, and you know what that is, yeah? Big famous book for all of you managers out there, and I advise you should read it. It's situational learning is brilliant. It's the best thing that's ever come along management in terms of philosophies in the whole of the structure of corporate business. But what it does is it teaches Arsenal are coming close here, and they could have scored twice in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah,
but what it does is it teaches you about situational leadership. And we all have, say if you have 10 people who work for you, you're going to have 2 or 3 high flyers who you don't even have to manage because they're excellent. You can have 4 people in the middle who they're kind of okay, but sometimes when they slip, you have to be there to support them. And then you're going to have 2 or 3 at the bottom that are never getting, they're never going to get it done, don't have the capability to do it, and they're on their way out. That's just life. And you have to manage that process. That's life. Yeah. And unfortunately, Aubameyang is trending the wrong way.
And like I said before, he's always trending the wrong way when it comes to what is late or not. It's not the first time. It's not the second time. It's probably happens all the time.
Yeah.
And when he was scoring the goals to have us win the FA Cup, we would not have it.
Yeah.
Apollo was having a program about signing the thing. Show about signing the thing. All of a sudden, he's getting scored.
Yeah.
His
form was amazing, though, Bertram. Just like you said, you just said if he had 10 goals, we wouldn't be having the conversation. You're right. You know, how many times have me and Tony been talking about the game he played against Valencia in the semi-final of the Europa Cup? Oh my God! I mean, he couldn't miss. The form he was on there. The guy you're talking about, a guy who had 22 goals, tied Mane, tied Aguero. Yeah, Harry Kane.
I was looking at Xhaka's tackle a while ago. Xhaka stepped in. I wonder if they're gonna give him a red card for this. Because what's his name is not the midfielder is not moving.
Rafinha.
Yeah, that's a red card.
Yeah,
that's a red
It's
card.
a bad tackle, but it's not a red.
Yeah.
Well, he hit the ball, but I don't know.
Yeah, he actually stamps on the ankle.
Well, no, he stamped on the ball and then he kept it going to the ankle.
I wouldn't be
So let's see if he gets a red if he gets called out in public by his manager. Let's see if he gets a red to get called out by his manager in public.
Yeah. It would be nice if he does get a red.
That's not red card, Bertram, though.
It's a shame because Sambi could come back.
It's a bad tackle.
Yeah.
He stamped in his ankle.
That's awful. Guys, I'll be back in a second.
I actually disagree with you, Bertram. I don't believe it to be an intentional tackle. I believe he goes in for the ball. He gets a touch of the ball. His follow through goes into the man's ankle.
And Tony, as you know, in today's football, follow through is a big deal. I saw it was Mason Holgate.
But it has to be intentional, Bertram.
Mason Holgate against who they playing when he went and hit the ball. We said it in what game was it playing?
Bertram, let me give you the analogy. You and I are both American football fans. This is like this play when the linebacker gets to the quarterback just manages to get the ball out of his hand, and the linebacker hits the quarterback. And then you go, oh, you roughing the passer. He didn't
So I have a question for you, Tony.
choice.
I have a question for you, Tony.
I'm committed into the tackle.
Yeah, right. So I have a question for you, Tony. Last week, Kufa got a yellow card, which turned into a red. Did he hit the ball first, or did he hit Lacazette first?
It was a mistake. To be honest, Bertram, I didn't even see it as a foul.
Okay, it probably was, but I'm just saying the rules in terms of how you interpret these things have changed. It's subjective nowadays.
Nice. Good football, Arsenal.
That should be a yellow card referee.
I understand the rules. I sometimes think the rule that, you know, we know full well. We've been at the mercy of those rules. Look, there you go. They're the same tackle, Bertrand.
But he's getting a yellow, and Xhaka didn't get a yellow, did he?
Xhaka should have got a yellow, but I don't believe it should have been a red.
Xhaka didn't get a yellow, did he?
Yeah.
I don't remember Xhaka getting a yellow.
Same tackle.
No, this was worse, actually. This is worse because he didn't get the ball at all.
He didn't get the ball.
Yeah.
He didn't get the ball. This was worse, yeah. But you have to tackle in football, right? It's getting so soft. You got to tackle.
Yeah, but then there's a way of tackling.
Yeah, but he went for the ball. He didn't go for the man. He went for the ball. He just missed the ball.
That's my point.
He went in, won the ball.
But I'm just saying, Tony, it's the way they interpret it nowadays.
He left a little bit in extra on the player, knowingly.
I thought he went for he just missed the ball. And if you miss the ball, the man's foot is there, you're going to catch the foot. That's what happens. I mean, and slow motion makes it look worse sometimes than it really is, doesn't it?
That's the point.
It's like you never played football in your life until the slow motion. It makes it look so terrible when it probably isn't. And players over elaborate in terms of how much they're injured, and it's not good. Laka works hard defensively, though. I have to give him that much.
Laka's going to be coming off. Laka will be substituted in the next 15 minutes anyway. He never lost 90.
Yeah, well, you need to give some of the other French players some game. The Pepes and the Smith Rowes, and I wouldn't call Smith Rowe a French player, but Pepe's become a French player.
See, Leeds are going to make this game ugly now.
Man, we waste a lot of money as a team, as a club, you know. Just think about it. If you think about Aubameyang was what, 50-something mil? Pepe is 70-something mil? That's 120 mil. Mustafi was 30-something mil. It's 150-something plus.
35
you keep
mil.
adding those numbers up, or we get no return on those investments. Nothing for Sanchez, nothing for Ozil. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You invest all that money, and you have no return to show for it. Nothing.
And then you're going to continue the policy as well. That's even worse. Oh, nice, Tommy. Nice, Tommy. Go on.
We need another goal just to round it up and give the other players a chance to play. Rafinha is a good player. He's a good player.
Strength. Play him in again. Oh, that's unlucky.
Still feeling a Xhaka tackle. Still feeling that tackle from Xhaka.
I'm taking him off now. I'm taking him off. He's at the point where he's gonna see the red miss and he's gonna do such chuffing. He always does.
Yeah, Xhaka has a temperament which doesn't lend itself to confrontation. He doesn't respond well. Doesn't know how to manage difficult situations. I would suggest, as an Arsenal player, if you're playing in the three surrounding the center forward, don't get injured. You may not get your game back.
So, guys, what happened? Victor saying, who knew Xhaka was a team liability? And we all know except Arteta. Well, I agree with Tony. When I walked away to say bye to my mother-in-law, it did look like he got the ball first.
He did, but he went over the ball. That's where the concern. He gave it over the ball. Nowadays, you can't do that anymore.
What happened on this other part? I saw an Arsenal player go down.
Yeah,
the exact same tackle, but he didn't even touch the ball.
He didn't touch the ball.
It was just late. It was just late.
Excellent. So I'm getting concerned, Bertram. We've played 10 minutes and we ain't scored.
And they had a good cross a while ago. Almost got in.
Kurt says, bottom line, if we can find someone foolish enough to want Uber, then sell him, and let's rebuild and move on. Newcastle, that might work.
Tommy playing well though. Tommy's playing really well. I was like, goodbye, boy. I'm glad we got him to the Spurs. Spurs bought the Barcelonian. He bought one with less name and seemed to be a better player.
Yeah, you can see Andy feels a little bit away about that, Tony. Every time we talk to him on a Friday night,
that.
He feels a little bit away.
Feels that.
They bought the glamour player. We bought substance.
I said to you guys, I looked at my player ratings for this season, and I've not given him a grade under 7.
Nah, he's a good player. It's very, very solid.
Yeah, consistent.
Question for Bertram from Kurt. Kurt says, Bertram, who would you prefer
I
in our
want
team?
St. Maximum all day. I am St. Maximum fan. I watched him against Liverpool. By the way, Tony, I watched him against Liverpool, and he was not a place. He was not a place.
Hey, Kurt, that's like
he scared the heck out of them.
Kurt, that's like asking a black man if he prefers boiled rice or rice and peas. Come on, man.
I don't think Maximum player. Rafinha's a good player. I read Rafinha, but I'm a St. Maximum fan. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but Bertram, let's talk about this because you just put yourself in a situation to get blown away.
I know what you're gonna say. Let me say before you say it. I'm gonna say before you say it. You're talking about Saka and goals.
Is your Smith Rowe scoring your goals and assists. St. Maximum is your Saka. He gets nothing.
So let me just say this. So can I respond to that?
Yeah. Listen, you laid it up. You laid it up and Tony dunked it, man. Come on.
No. He didn't dunk it because I know what he was gonna say. He's playing in a League One team against Premier League quality opposition, and he holds his own against them. By the way,
Bertrand, whose fault is it for going to Newcastle?
Not a fault.
No.
Not a fault. You can't do that.
The same Newcastle. Joe Willett went to last year and scored 8 goals in 8 consecutive games. Are you crazy, Lewis?
Yeah, and then they played. And then they played him at the 6.
How many games have they won this year?
One. Yeah.
I know a couple of Newcastle fans, and they just say he don't.
I hate when Ben White does that. Go to the ball. He's always hesitating.
But you know the thing is,
he has a ball to go win, and he hesitates and creates pressure on himself. He does that all the time.
Let me quickly look at this. Also, I mean, we have Smith Rowe, right? That's like Smith Rowe. Where are we? Here we are.
Oh my Lord!
Smith Rowe scored. Let me go to. Here we go. So Smith Rowe has got 7 goals for us this season. That's like us taking Smith Rowe, moving him away from the 8 and putting him at the 6. Why would you do that?
So, I'm curious. How many goals did Smith Rowe score when he went to Hull on loan?
But that's not.
No, Tony. I said no, Tony. Back up, Tony. Back up, Tony. We're talking about playing in a team with lack quality and a good player in that team and what they produce.
Come on.
No, it doesn't work for you, does it?
So hold on, Bertrand. First of all, I have no idea how many goals he scored when he was there.
He was injured though. He was injured.
But I did talk to their fans, and you know one of them who's Mark Ellis on our forum who goes to Huddersfield games, and he said like every other Huddersfield fan, he was their best player. In fact, they said that his levels were so far above the rest of the team, they weren't even on the same wavelength.
Apollo, I'm going to tell you this. Go talk to Newcastle fans about St. Maximum. Go talk to Newcastle about St. Maximum. Talk to Newcastle fans.
I'll talk to a few Newcastle fans, but I'm just relaying what
I
Mark
understand what
and
you're
Huddersfield
saying.
fans. Yeah,
we're not debating whether Smith Rowe is a good player or not. He's a we see it every day at the highest level. St. Maximum is marked by 4 and 5 players, not 2 or 3, and he's still making him look silly.
Bro,
well, so was your player against West Ham. They had 3 or 4 defenders around Saka, and he was still.
But he had quality around him too.
He's still dribbling past
Let me break this down. If you're a player and you're getting 4 or 5 players, is it not your job to find an alternate place to receive the ball and move it quicker?
No, but what was happening, Tony, is as soon as those types of players receive the ball, they're just pressing them because they know that they're a danger to them, right? So if that's happening to me, I already know that I just play one ball out of there, and I know that there's 4 players way out of the situation. So
Thank you.
sometimes
That's
you
right.
have to turn that into a positive for your team,
Exactly.
and
My
have
point
the ability
exactly.
to do it. Let them do it is what I say. If you're going to commit that many bodies to come and press me, and I know where the outball is, you lot are in
Yep.
danger.
If 4 players come towards me, I need to move the ball very quickly because there's got to be somebody free.
Boy, you
And
guys,
not
I
just
tell you
one.
what,
There'll be 3 players that you could actually play the ball to if you're quick enough.
this is madness. Not only are Arsenal in 4th place, but they're in 4th place by a margin. This is hilarious.
I'm not getting. Let everybody catch up with games and see where we are first. Right? I'm one of those ones. I like to just, enjoy it while it lasts.
Tony.
Lewis, not only do they have to catch up with the points, but they also have to play. Got to play each other as well, Lewis.
Hey, Tony,
They
you
got
ever
to
watch
play
a
each other,
game
man.
and the commentator get excited when the player gets the ball? Commentator can't control their excitement. It resonates through the TV. That's it, maximum when he gets the ball. The commentators get excited.
I'm
Let's
not
see what he's going to do
denying
next.
his undoubted ability, Bertram. I do understand that. And in the same way, I get excited watching Wilfred Zaha, sorry.
Not as excited. I used to be a Zaha fan. I moved along.
You said, hey Bertram, you saw the light.
You saw the light.
I substituted Zaha. Said Maximum must take note for Zaha.
Yeah, but
I just want to see him in a good team, Tony. You may
Zaha
be right,
still
Tony.
gets more goals than St. Maximum.
He's in a better team.
Way more and assists too.
He's in a better team.
Thank you.
His output is better. But let's not start that.
It looks like Tomiyasu is injured, actually. And I'm not sure. I don't know why they're using his right knee. That's not good. It looked like I'm not sure what happened.
No, it's his calf. It's his calf.
His calf or his knee? They're bending his leg.
Calf. Yeah, no, it's his
I
calf.
hope it's just a precaution.
Vince is just sending me a message about sent minimum. I just told him to get on the stream.
But I also look at this with St. Maximum. If he's as good as people are saying,
Tomiyasu's off, and oh my God,
Cedric Soares.
Cedric is off.
well, we can afford to make that substitution at 3-0 up.
Yeah, is that a precaution? Hold on a second.
We can.
Looks like he got injured.
That looks precautionary to me.
As long as he walks off under his own weight.
We need to score another goal.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see the player ratings when you guys applaud Xhaka for his great through ball, and Odegaard, who's done 2 of them and actually has created 3 chances today. I want to see what grades you give Odegaard against Xhaka.
Xhaka had 2 through balls. Xhaka had 2 through balls, Apollo. 2 through balls that he had.
Yeah,
One
I can't wait to hear about.
it.
I can't wait to hear about it, Bertram. I can't.
And
wait
one
to
was
hear
from
about
deep,
it.
by the way, from deep.
So guys, Tomiyasu has gone off and he's replaced by Cedric Soares. It looked like he walked off under his own power, so everything should be okay.
We're struggling second half.
These are just one of those games where you should be playing a Sambi.
Whoa.
You should be playing Tavares. You should be playing Pepe.
Go on, Ben White. Go on, Benjamin.
They're not coming
Go on,
again.
Benjamin.
Time to rotate your players, man. Yeah, what Rafinha and Ben White getting into it here, man.
Because Rafinha's not getting his way, that's why.
Yeah.
And he dare not do that. He dare not do it to Gabriel.
Hey, listen, man. I see Ben White just beat up Antonio and St. Maximum. He's balling, man. He's balling. The Leeds are just coming on right now, man. What is going on?
They have to. They got 3-0 down. It's expected. We've just gone off the ball. We think the game.
Oh, it's outside. Oh, handball.
Yeah, so if you guys just missed that.
Go on.
No, it's handball. Ball came back in his hand.
Yeah, this is one of those days where I hope my prediction of 3-0 doesn't actually hold still. We need more goals, man. Arsenal just 2 wins away from home and 1 draw, 5 defeats, 6 goals scored and let in 16.
This is a good win if we get five goals.
Agreed. Martinelli here running into the box. Yeah, nothing comes of that. Good play by the defender. What's going on, people in the chat? What is going on, man? What is good, everybody? Are you enjoying the game so far? Are you enjoying the coverage? Let me hear you. Let me hear what's going on.
Leeds are coming to the game, they're playing better, actually. I'm not sure if we're getting tired or something, but they're playing better.
I just think that's a reaction. The manager's giving them a bollocking at half-time, feeling them down. You got to come out and show yourself. You're at home, big crowd.
We just need to put the ball on the ground, slow it down, space out.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's go.
Yeah, it's 66 minutes. I think we should be making some changes now because we just need to, start to rotate a little bit. Give some of these guys. This is the same team that you've played for the last 4 games. You're 3-0 up, nothing to prove today. Big shout out to you, Andrew. He says, "Wagwan peeps. What's happening with you, brother?" He says, Bertram says, Stan Kroenke must be good luck today. 3 goals, Xhaka hat-trick. I'm so dead.
Go on. Oh.
Actually, you missed it, Andrew.
They've
been lauding a pass that Xhaka made.
Saka almost scored again. That was close. You need to pad those stats, Saka.
Yeah, for real. Thomas Partey's listen. It's looking at the midfield and the team that we're playing against. It's no wonder that Partey and Xhaka are doing well today. They're playing against a team who's probably not played before. Look at that cheeky little ball in from Odegaard. Odegaard always.
We gotta put the ball. We're creating too much chances today. Probably the most chances we've created in a while.
Yeah, mind you, don't forget 21 shots on Wednesday against West Ham. I think that was our season high, right, Apollo?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And we had 4 good team. That was a good team.
It was a good team. We had 14 shots in the first 10 minutes in this game.
Wasn't the same team that lost against Everton? Wasn't it the same team?
No, same team that beat what is it? Man United 3-2, was it, or Liverpool?
No, I'm talking about us in terms of against Everton, against West Ham and Everton. It's the same team, right, for the last 3 games?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. I just think that midfield tandem is just gonna. That's our weak spot. And what I was predicting for the West Ham game didn't happen. I said that midfield, Declan Rice, them guys were going to run all over us. And Arteta's game plan and tactics just took that away from. It just took the option away. Pro lover, not my brother, man. Pro lover, loving it out there. What's going on? He says, yo. Big shout out to you, my brother. Hope you're enjoying the coverage, man. Arsenal looking like their 3rd clean sheet in a row at the moment. Although Bertram does say that Leeds are going to score today.
I said 4-1.
Yeah, big shout out to you.
Rafinha may have missed that. Bless up, Pro. Rafinha may have missed that 1 goal they've gotten.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know whether Pro Lover's actually a Panthers fan, but whether you are or whether you aren't, let me know what your feelings of having Cam Newton back in town. Love to hear from you and what you thought. He just said he just got home. Kurt saying the team is winning matches, but I really want Lukonga back in our starting 11. Me too, man.
Me too.
Because you know why? Because you can't take it up to the upper echelon. You can't reach that point. Yeah, where you're challenging for a title unless you sort this midfield out. That's the weakest link, man. That's the weakest link.
Give it in. Go on. Oh, bad pass, Gabriel.
Yeah.
I know, right? And the through ball was a better ball, Tony.
Yeah.
The through ball was a much better ball.
Begging for it.
Yeah.
You know what? For me, guys, I'm torn between the captaincy, whether it's Gabriel or Odegaard, and I'm kind of shifting to Gabriel. To me, he looks like the Vincent Company for the next 10 years at Arsenal, man. I just love me some Gabriel. That's what a captain looks like to me, man. Every time I see him, the commitment all that rawness, all of that sort of inexperience from last season looks like it's
power, Paulo.
Oh, it's beautiful to watch, man. To me, that's captain material. That's what I want the Arsenal captain to look like.
I think Leeds came out very strong, running hard, but they get tired.
Lewis, who would be your pick for the captain?
At the minute, oh gosh.
Well, next season. Next season.
All depends on who we bring in the summer as well. I mean, for me, if Odegaard's going to be in and around all the time, you know, he's captain of his national team. You know, you want to give it to somebody that had the experience of being captain before.
Yeah.
So maybe it could go to him, but I don't know.
And I really like Odegaard as captain, you know. I really like Odegaard, but for me, Gabriel is just rubbing me the right way, man. I love. Look, Kurt. Kurt is saying Gabriel for captain. Kuke says Gabriel for captain for me too. Andrew's saying Xhaka is harder to dislodge than a dodgy tooth. Yeah. The man is like, boy, I ain't gonna say that word because we're on it.
Smith Roy's coming on. I must be for Martinelli probably. Smith Roy's gonna come on. He's changing.
For who?
Don't know yet. He's changing, so
it would probably be for Saka.
Nah, I think it's Martinelli.
It's a shame you can't let the man get his hat trick, man. But
I don't know yet, but I'm assuming it's gonna be Martinelli. Because he always cramps up at the end of the game, so.
He does a lot of sprints. He does a lot of sprints.
Yeah.
To tackle Lacazette.
19 attempts you've had.
That's mad. Pro Lover saying, Apollo just got back from my job after being aside from COVID. Oh, wow. So I'm happy, especially since it's the airlines and I was working for them in the island.
Penalty to Leeds. Penalty to Leeds. Oh, penalty to Leeds. What a dumb tackle that was.
Who was it?
Can't be that stupid.
Who was it? Don't say Ben White.
I don't know. It's Ben White. It's Ben White. What a stupid tackle that was.
Hell.
You cannot make that tackle up. You cannot make that tackle up.
Yeah, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to make that tackle.
Oh wow!
What a dumb tackle!
All they had to do was stand up.
You can't make that. You can't. That tackle is beyond dumb. It's beyond dumb. Seriously, it's beyond dumb.
Did he get the ball?
I didn't say 4-1.
No, he got nowhere near the ball.
No, let me touch the ball. Then he's giving high five to Ramsdale.
Yeah, he's giving high five to Ramsdale.
Yeah, for giving away a penalty.
He's nowhere near the ball.
He's missed it completely.
That is an unbelievable tackle.
Lewis, talk to me.
About
waiting for the shot.
He missed the ball completely. Yeah, he didn't even get it.
The replay.
Yeah, he didn't even get the ball. He didn't even.
That's an awful tackle.
Yeah.
And he's giving high five when he got up.
You just got to stand up there, innit?
And Ramsdale didn't have a chance. Raphinha put it in the corner. That's as dumb a goal to give away as ever.
Clean sheet gone to pot, man. After all that hard work.
Clean sheet's gone.
But this is what happens when you take your foot off the gas. And you're
no, man. Bertrand put him up on it, didn't it?
It's a great penalty.
Well, I mean, we don't.
Bertrand put his mouth on it.
I expected Raphinha to score. I mean, he does that.
The ball,
he ain't getting near that.
Cannot save it.
Yeah.
He ain't getting near that. No chance.
Yeah,
that's a ridiculous tackle. I mean, who does that?
Any day, if he can do that every time at the penalty spot.
Yeah, if Xhaka was doing that, we'd kill him, Apollo, wouldn't we? If Xhaka made a tackle, we'd kill him. So why does Ben White get away with that?
True. It's true.
Yeah. Well, how many times has Ben White done that this season?
Ben White has been abused by players this season. Tony abused him. He got abused.
Yeah,
a number of games he got abused.
Yeah, he made a mistake. It was a terrible tackle. It wasn't great. Big shout out to Basics. Basics saying Ben definitely made it. But yeah, I know. Bertram had money on the game. You stay there.
No, that kid that came on with the braids has been playing really well. I'm not sure if you guys noticed it.
Somerville.
Yeah, he's been playing really, really well actually. He's changed the game for them up front.
And Andrew's saying,
a breakaway again. Let's see where this goes.
So what are you saying? Bertram putting some Obi on the stream, Bit Obi on the stream right now.
Play it wide. Martinelli through the middle. Come on, Martinelli. Get away from him. Play it wide to Saka now. Play it wide to Saka. Oh, come on.
Andrew saying Lewis always rocking the gear. Yeah, Lewis always looks sharp on the stream, Man gears up.
It's gotta be done.
Should have played it to Saka.
Yeah, true.
Saka a long time ago. I'm not sure what he was trying to do. You have to score those fast breaks when you get them because they're playing way up here now. They're trying to get those back.
If I'm Saka, I'm screaming Martinelli. You've got to demand the ball in that situation.
No, he's just gonna pass the ball, Louis. There's no excuse for him not passing the
ball. Ooh, Martinelli let through. That's a good ball by Odegaard as well.
He's really confident, though. They're flooding the box.
I noticed when Odegaard plays them balls through, you and Tony don't say Jack. I'm watching you two, May I watch you?
Odegaard's balls are slightly more subtle.
Yeah, they are subtle.
Yeah, I agree.
And they could have scored another one a while ago, If the kid just relaxed, he could have placed in the far corner, Tony. See that?
Yeah.
They showed the replay again. He hit on his knee. He should have probably scored that goal. Saka is coming on for Smith Rowe.
Saka?
Yeah. Other way around.
No, Saka is coming off for Smith Rowe, I said. Smith Rowe is coming on for Saka, I should say.
Yeah.
Even Leeds a chance, man.
Yeah.
I think he should have made these subs 10 minutes ago.
He did look really flat before the penalty, and
Well, guys, Leeds are knocking on the door to try and get back into this game, to be honest with you. Before the penalty, they weren't really at the races. So Smith Rowe's coming on now for Saka. Can Smith Rowe come in and deliver the knockout blow? Good that they've taken Saka off, but that's only really a 15-minute rest. I think they should have took him off much earlier and probably even brought on Pepe. Pepe
doesn't play for us anymore. Pepe's at African Nations Cup.
I was just about to say Pepe and Aubameyang have got to report to African Nations next week.
Yeah, they're not playing anymore.
And so is El Nene. Who else is going?
I think those are the three, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see how Liverpool does without Sane and Mane. Salah and Mane.
They're going to hand the title to Man City, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're missing Matip as well, aren't they? I think we worked out.
Matip retired from international football, didn't he? I think so.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think he did. Matip, center. I think he retired. I think he was thinking about coming back out, and Klopp convinced him not to.
This is just so weird, man.
Yeah, I don't know why Cedric is on the field. I wouldn't put Cedric on. I just don't rate Cedric.
Kurt saying, is the African nation still going ahead at the moment? Yes, I know it sounds strange, but
so I mentioned this in the chat about yesterday's talk on the Premier Show. There's no reason why the African nations shouldn't go ahead. If you're going to cut the African nations, then you can't have the Champions League because there's more cases of COVID in Europe than there is in Africa. And pretty much all of COVID in Africa is restricted to South Africa.
So, guys, let me run through that for you. So, Arsenal will be missing Partey,
that's a foul.
El Nene. They'll be missing Partey, El Nene, Aubameyang, Pepe. Liverpool, Salah, Ketia, Mane. Manchester City is missing one player, and that's Mahrez. Wow. Tottenham are missing nobody.
So they have no quality.
Oh God. Chelsea are missing Mendy and Ziyech. Crystal Palace are missing Kouyaté, Schlupp. They're missing Ayew. They're missing Zaha.
Wait. They took off Somerville. He made didn't Somerville get substituted into the game? He's been substituted off the field. I thought he was playing well.
He did.
Listen,
Yeah.
I thought he was playing well. Maybe because he missed that chance.
I don't get that.
I don't get that either. I thought he came and changed the game actually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he was thinking. That makes no sense.
Yeah, he missed that goal actually. He used his head. Yeah.
Guys, Leicester City are losing Amati, Mendy, Ndidi, and Iheanacho.
Yeah.
That's big for them.
Don't they lose? They don't lose Daka too? What about Daka?
No, just the players that.
No, Daka is not in the Nigerian side.
No,
he's not Nigerian.
Hold on, let me just put
he was,
the list up. I'm just looking at the list now.
Well done, Gabriel. Yes, my boy. The Rock.
Gabriel is just a beast, man. Gabriel is just a beast. Let me put this up for Bertram. Bertram, I hope you got your glasses on, mate.
Yeah, I got it on.
Let me take this off. Yeah, those are the players that are missing. African nations.
Wow, Watford have got loads. Jeez.
They got their whole team.
Oh, wow. That's half the Watford squad gone.
Oh yeah, I just realised that. Yeah, sorry, I missed that. Look at Villa, Trezeguet, Traore, Nakamba.
Man City is quite surprising that only Riyad Mahrez, like that's quite big for them.
Hey! Look at Delia Smith. She don't like black man, you know. Look at Delia Smith over there.
Burnley would have been the same if it weren't for Maxwell Cornet.
He's their new signing though. They only just signed him in the summer. It's been decent play for them as well.
Yeah, I was about to say he won't be there for long.
Smith Rowe scored. Smith Rowe came on the field and scored in 2 minutes.
Wow!
So, brilliant ball by Odegaard. Brilliant ball by Odegaard.
So
brilliant ball.
Yeah, Bertram's got the prediction. Bertram's got the prediction so far, guys.
Wow!
Brilliant
ball!
What a ball! Brilliant ball!
Dude!
Bertrand, can I ask you one question? Like earlier on in the season, you was really getting on the young guns and saying this, saying that. Has your view changed about the youngsters in the squad now? Now that they've had a good run of games.
It's all about production. You don't produce, I'm getting on your case. You produce, we're all friends. Life is wonderful. Life is wonderful. It's all about production. I have no empathy and sympathy for age. They're grown-ups. They're scoring now, right? They're grown-ups. Saka's played 100 Premier League games, 100 and something games. He's no longer a kid.
Guys, talk to me about the ball from Odegaard for this.
It's a brilliant ball. Brilliant. Wait, right pace over the defender's leg. Brilliant. It's a very
as they would say,
cerebral play. Very cerebral play. Very cerebral play.
I agree with you, Lewis. That is Ozil.
It's so good, Ozil. Look at a little cheeky dig. He digs it over. Look at what the defender is. He digs it over his legs.
So the manager puts on Tavares instead of Pepe for Odegaard. Is that interesting?
He's done. He's finished.
He's done.
He's finished at our club.
Who is?
He put on Tavares instead of Pepe. Pepe is not in his plans anymore.
He's done. He cannot be back at this club, I'm sure.
No,
I read somewhere that if Pepe plays again, then we owe Lille 10 million.
So I heard that as well.
Yeah, we played the other day for about 5 minutes. So
On how the payments are actually working.
It's 8.5 million. It's 10 million euros.
Xhaka get a yellow card. Xhaka get a yellow card for time wasting. Why are you wasting time, Xhaka? I don't think that was time wasting. I think the ref is being sensitive.
4-1 up. 4-1
No,
up.
I think the ref is being sensitive. The ref is being sensitive. He couldn't see a pass. Ref is being. That's a stupid yellow card. What way you waste time with 7 minutes and 4 up, 4-1? I think that's a dumb yellow card, actually.
Well, you just play a ball back home to the keeper if you want to waste time.
Yeah.
No, he was. I don't think he was trying to waste time. Actually, I think he was trying to.
Yeah, if you're looking to waste time, you just play it back to the keeper.
Yeah, he's not wasting time. He wasn't playing. He wasn't wasting time.
You just play possession. You just play possessional football, isn't it?
I don't think he was wasting time. I think the ref is just sensitive.
No, he took a long time to play the ball.
But there's no pass there. No one is running off the ball.
Hey, if he got a yellow for that tackle before, he'd be off now, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Then everybody would be passing.
You gotta love this guy, man. He's already got the most red cards out of every active player in Europe. Why not add one more to the mix?
No, man. No.
Oh, what's going on there?
Tony, talk to me.
Lacazette just been fouled off the ball. He's trying to get space for a throw-in. He's come together with one of the Leeds players and has ended up flat on his face, holding his face.
Laka does overreact to a lot of things, man.
What's going on, Vincey?
He gets headbutted.
Vincey, I just sent you a message about 15 minutes ago. We were talking about cent minimum.
I guarantee you there's no red card here. There'll be no red card.
It's accidental, but it's just... It's the physicality of the game. Look, they're both hands on each other. They started it again. That player needs a yellow card. That number.
He just got one.
Yeah, I
think
it's
one, Tony. He got one. He was begging for it.
Yeah.
I mean, take your loss with some sense of humility and some sense of.
Well, listen. I think they got to count their chickens that it was just 4 tonight.
Yeah, they could have got much more.
There's still time for another.
Laka needs a goal. In games like this, Laka, you have to score. Laka needs a goal.
Hey, you hear Lewis sticking the boot in. Lewis is like, hey, the night is still young.
Yeah, man, there's still at least another 5 minutes.
I'm playing on the 5. You know what? I'm playing on the 5 because he can't make a tackle. So I'm playing on the 5 now.
Yeah. Hey, Tony, you know that cornerback that's just come off the practice squad getting roasted by the wide receiver. Yeah, quarterback's just eyeing you down for the whole game. And your legs turn to jelly. Yeah,
Gabriel has a shot and misses it, but
you called it a shot, Tony?
Yeah,
I thought it was a clearance. It's
a defender's shot.
Oh man.
So we can thank Ben White for not having a clean sheet. That was just a ridiculous tackle.
Yeah, that was not good. That was not good. And the goalkeeper looked like he had it covered as well.
Yeah, but it's not a close angle, but it's not the
a striker's not going to shoot from there. He's cutting the ball back. You just stand up. Stand your ground.
So guys, question. Smith Rowe, what does he have to do to start? Because the guy who's playing his position is assisting and scoring every game.
Yeah.
Every time Smith Rowe comes on, he's scoring. So
yeah. What's the choice?
I mean, Bertram, is it time that we try Martinelli at the anchor, at the point man, number 9?
No, not yet. No, Laka is doing a good job.
And drop Lacazette? Okay.
No, we got to keep the same team going through the process. But you need to. It's Christmas season. If the games come quick and fast, COVID may prevent that. But you need to keep the continuity. People are playing well. Let them play well. Smith Rowe is scoring. He's coming on. He's scoring. Probably give him 25 minutes versus giving him 15, 16 minutes.
Yeah, Vince is saying good to see the goal scored. Yeah, man, it's been a lot of riches today, Vincey, man. We've missed you for sure, Vincey. We've got Martinelli, 2 goals. Saka with a goal. Smith Rowe with a goal. Lacazette with an assist. Xhaka with an assist. And Odegaard with the assist of the night, man. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
What
Man of the match,
what a
Martinelli,
pass.
2 goals, 2 shots, 5 chances created, 5 crosses, number 1. That's what you want from the attacking player.
Yeah. Odegaard's created 5 chances today. I mean, it's just bonkers. That's 17 chances in the last 5 games now for Odegaard.
If Tavares playing in we going 4-4-2?
Yes, Laka. Yes, Laka.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yes, Laka. That's what we need from our striker. Laka is so good at that. Look how he comes back in, wins the ball, and then helps to progress the ball through the middle of the pitch.
Take the pressure off your team, Tony. Takes the pressure off.
He's so good at it.
Yeah.
But Tony, remember what I said to you on the player ratings, that normally after 70 minutes, Lacazette looks beat. And all of a sudden now he's captain. 90 minutes
No,
on the
but
man
he's
is still running.
Apollo, he's getting more game time. He's building up his stamina. He's getting game
But
time.
you know, this is the kind of game you can do that, because let's be honest, he hasn't had to do lots of running. You know, if you put him in a game against Man City, he's running left, right, and centre. This game's actually been very comfortable for Arsenal.
Yeah, you can be a little bit of a pivot striker if you're in that situation. It's like Harry Kane don't run that much as he's used to, you know. Harry Kane beds himself in those pockets.
Series.
And
Harry
just
Kane
gets
is not
the
doing much
game
like he
to
used
develop.
He's not doing much. He has, 1 goal and 1
Great
assist
ball,
for the season?
Great ball. Oh, unlucky.
1 goal, 1 assist for the season, and we're halfway through the season. Almost
Yeah, I
halfway.
know.
It's not a good stat.
Yeah, it isn't. Vincey says nothing to add to my client. It's coaching why he doesn't score or play more often.
Hold. Nice. Man on. Oh.
Yeah, Vincey, considering Leeds are missing 10 starters, I think that they've battled today. I really
They
do.
did much better in the second half. They came out second half and could have scored 2. I think.
Yeah. You know,
If only the
second half, the score is 1-1.
If only the Redskins can do this on Tuesday, I'd be very proud. Unfortunately, this isn't the same as American football. We're going to get obliterated, man.
The problem, Apollo, is that they were trying to get enough people so you can play the game. That's why they moved the game a few days.
Yeah, they moved it, didn't they?
Yeah.
And notice I've been avoiding contact with Drew for the last few days. Drew can be all over me with that Philadelphia Eagles bullshit.
Game's over. Arsenal win 4-1. Good result. We need to win about 7 more points not to be relegated. Huh?
Yeah.
Well done,
Bertram, you got that bang on, mate. You got that bang on.
Bang on.
It's a good result. Good result.
Yeah,
Right, guys. Lewis, let me know what you thought of the game as a whole, Lewis. I'm just going to type out the player ratings here.
You know, we controlled the game from the beginning. You know, we went 3-0 up. Could have been 5 or 6 in the first half. And you know, normally when you're up like that, you tend to take your foot off the pedal. Soon as Arsenal took their foot off the pedal, Leeds came into the game. You know, Bielsa made that change in the first half, brought on the young lad to kind of bred life back into them. If it wasn't for the stupid tackle from Ben White, we come away with a clean sheet, and it would have been what I would have called a proper dominating performance with a clean sheet, because that's what we want, you know. But, you know, when a team is hit with so many injuries, and you know, your opponent, you can pick your strongest 11. You want them to go out there and just win the game like Arsenal did. So it's a good performance. It's a confidence booster for them as well, and it also puts some pressure on those that haven't played any games for the last couple of weeks. You know, they're in a very good right now.
Bertrand, what's your thoughts on the overall display?
I thought it was a business-like performance. I mean, Leeds were extremely undermanned. Gave a good fight in the second half. Were woeful in the first half. Came off a thumping by City last week. They had a better team last week, frankly. But I thought we played well. We did what we needed to do. We created chance early, created chance throughout the game. We had fun doing this. But more importantly, we're seeing some continuity, consistency in our performance. I think even with what seemed to be a distraction with the Aubameyang situation, really to me wasn't. Because I'm not sure it's addition by subtraction. You get him out of the team, he wasn't playing well. You'd have felt the pressure to play him if he was still around. I don't like how it all transpired, frankly, but I think it was the right decision not for him to, not necessarily to disband him, but for him not to play. So I'm pleased with the outcome. I'm pleased with the performances, but I'm most pleased with where we are in the league, given our youth, because we have the youngest team in the league. And I'm sure if you look at the average age of our team that's on the field, given the Smith-Rowes and the Sakas and the Odegaards and the Martinelli, and they're playing now nowadays like grown-ups. You hear me in the early part of the season saying, I'm not happy with how they're playing. I don't care about youth because they have to compete. And now they're competing. And most importantly, we're scoring goals. Because no matter how good you are defensively, if you're not scoring goals, you can't win the games. And now, let's see what happens when we play, City in a few weeks? Because that's the test for us. Have we made progress? Can we compete? Can we give them a good game? And hopefully that will be the case. So I'm pleased with the performance and hopefully it continues.
So as
Tony?
Someone's got the TV on.
It must be Lewis in the background.
I could just only echo what I've heard from Bertram and Lewis. I think we, very, very well controlled that game. But for that complete head rush from Ben White, then the score would have been 0.
What's that in the background, Apollo? Is that Lewis or is that?
Lewis? No, Lewis isn't here.
Good. Go ahead, Tony. Sorry, there's a lot of noise in the back.
Yeah. So but for that head rush from Ben White, this could have been another clean sheet. I think looking around the entire pitch, we saw good performances from everybody. I don't think anybody really could be marked down apart from Ben White for that tackle, but everyone contributed. We have to put a caveat on this particular performance because this was a very weak and Leeds side, but you got to do what you do against who's put in front of you. I've seen us score a goal. I think that's what was missing from this game. Lacazette needed to score a goal.
Yeah, I've seen us play weakened teams before and we get played off the park.
Yeah,
I've seen it all before.
True. Yeah.
Before I go to the player raters, let me just bring this up here. Let me just bring this up quickly here. So, guys, today was 3 goals in Martinelli, 20 years old, Saka, 20 years old, and Smith-Rowe, 21. Arsenal have had 3 different players aged 21 or younger score for them for the first time in a single Premier League game. Never been done before. I will repeat. For the first time in Premier League history, Arsenal have had 3 players under the age of 21 or under who have scored goals for them, and that tells you where this team is going.
I think you could probably caveat that by saying it's very rarely, if you look in the Premier League era, that we've ever had 3 players under 21 in the same team.
Yeah, or anybody else really. Has City done that?
Yeah.
Has Man United done that?
No,
the fact that we have this
City by grown-ups.
Yeah. Has Chelsea done that?
Chelsea has young players in the team. They have Mount. But 23 now. They have Havertz.
But 3
they
players.
Have Hudson-Odoi. No, I'm not sure they have. No, they probably haven't done it. But they have a young team though. I mean, they have a young player. James, they have a young player.
How young is Chalobah? Chalobah's young.
He's under 20, yeah. They're about 20. They're young. They're a young team. They're gonna be around for a while. They're a young team.
Yeah. We're gonna be around for a while as well.
We're gonna be around.
We are for real.
Going forward, if we can continue this growth.
God, it's exciting.
The question is, what do we need to supplement this team? That's the question.
Attacking midfielder and striker at the moment for me.
I heard we're talking to Renato Sanchez. He may be thinking about us more as he sees us playing better with a young team.
We need someone to play next to Sambi. We definitely need someone to play next to Sambi. So it would be nice if we could get Basuma. Maybe not next summer. Maybe
we're not going after Basuma. He doesn't want Basuma. If he wants Basuma, we went after Basuma. He doesn't want Basuma.
Yeah, 70
He knows what he
million.
wants, and Bissouma is not in his plan. There's something missing in Bissouma's game that he doesn't like.
Yeah,
But remember when
could have been an easy grab if he wanted.
Yeah, he doesn't
could
want
have been
Bissouma.
an easy grab.
Yeah, I mean, when they talked about 70 million, that's just foolishness. When you see how much they pay for Sambi, I don't care about. So I'm not paying 70 million for Bissouma. Not a chance. Give me somebody like Sambi, and I don't care how much money you spend on him. That's a good buy for the player. The fact that you've gone out there and scouted the player and done your homework, that is it. When I turned around and said to you lot, you know, I don't want Maddison, and all of our fan base was saying, no, bring in Maddison. I said, no, I'd rather get a goalie, a right back, an attacking midfielder, and then we got Odegaard, Tomiyasu, and Ramsdale, and look at the position we're in. And could you imagine if we'd have bought Maddison?
The only player I'm not sure about of the 6 we bought is Ben White, which may sound strange, but I'm not.
No,
not to be penalty today. I watch his game, and he has a lot of good qualities, but there's elements of his game I just struggle with. I struggle with his decision making sometimes, when he tackles and when he doesn't tackle. How he hesitates, which then create the forward more opportunity to come at him. He makes decisions sometimes, has nothing to do with today's tackle, which I question. He's a very good player, don't get me wrong. You think about all the other players, the Tavares, the Lakongos, right? All those other players we have bought, I am pleased with them.
Yeah.
So all I can say to you, first of all, I do agree with what you're saying. But you know, I always try to add some objectivity. Do you think that is just something which is standard for someone who's 23? Because if I look at someone like, you know, John Stones, I kept saying John Stones was average. And then all of a sudden, after a few years at Man City, people were starting to talk about how he's England #1 and all of this stuff, and he's up there with Harry Maguire. And I was like, guys, just the other day, this guy was he was a.
I'll go after Tony because I have something to say about that.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing I'm saying.
So in response to that, I want to bring in my favorite player, my guy, Saliba. Because it's really funny because I was watching again today highlights from his season in a highlight reel that's been put together on YouTube. And I can't help but say it. He reads the ball. He reads the game so well. And I know he's had bad games. He's 21. He's made mistakes. He's made some bad mistakes in certain games. But I look at the game against PSG. He was phenomenal. And the way he moves the ball, to me, he's giving Ben White a run for his money. And he's 2 years younger. So,
Tony, we have ESP, I'm telling you. That's the same exact thing on my mind, which is it's all about because I was reading about him where the coach says he's like France's next big thing. They're talking about him being France's next big thing in terms of how they view his potential.
They said that about Guendouzi as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, we have seen Guendouzi play. We haven't really seen Saliba play. Guendouzi may have improved the last 2 years, but Saliba is a beast. Now, he does make mistakes sometimes if you watch him play, but I see him and Gabriel, 2 rocks, physical, strong, can play, can read the game, intimidating forwards. That's what I see. You're a forward, you say, I don't want to be hit by one of these players. They're too big and strong for me. And they're mobile. It's one thing to be big and strong and immobile. They're very, very mobile. So I think Ben White, and that's my concern, Tony, which you pay 50 mil for him, could have better spent that 50 mil and bring Saliba through. That's my own question. That's a lot of money to spend for one player when I could go buy a midfielder to replace Xhaka, even though my coach loves Xhaka. I could go buy a Bissouma if I so choose, or buy Renato Sanchez, or buy somebody who I can see beside Partey, because I think Partey is 36. I've said this 101 times. I think Partey is 36. Probably got a year or 2 left in those legs. You need somebody beside Lacazette. He's not 28. He's not 28. There's no way.
Right?
Not 28.
Big shout out to Alex. I was on one of Alex's stream the other day, and Alex brought your name up because of what you said. Cannon Fodder. Yes, I was on a stream with him the other day, and he brought your name up when we were talking about that, and he said you just made him laugh.
He's not. Does he run like somebody who's 28?
Old legs.
No, he's not 28. Sorry. You know the birth certificate gets lost, right, and replaced. And not to start a conspiracy theory, but I don't buy it. Not the way he runs. I've seen him at Atletico. He was much more mobile then. I think I'm sorry, Apollo. I'm watching Tiger Woods' son play golf. It must be the genes because the kid is very good.
That's all right. I'm gonna before I do my grades, let me take my grades off. Let me do Lewis's. Lewis had to run, guys, so I'm gonna quickly do his grade. He's gone for Ramsdale 6, Tommy 7, White 5, Gabriel 7, Tierney 7, Partey 6, Xhaka 7, Saka 8, Martinelli 9. He's man of the match. Odegaard 8, Lacazette 8, Smith Rowe 7.5. Tavares
and Cedric 5.
Yeah, Tavares and Cedric 5, and he's given Arteta an 8. So let me get my ones back up here. So let me fly through mine quickly, and then I'll hand over to you guys. So, guys, Ramsdale, quiet night for him, but again, nice, neat passes with his feet. Long distribution wasn't at his best. I've seen him rip midfields apart, but he weren't really about that today. Just a solid overall game from him. Nothing too special. He did have that penalty covered, though. I do want to make out he had the angle right, and he was running into the player, and he had the penalty sorted out. So I don't know why Ben White went in the way he did, but it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah. Both him and Ben White, both 23. What I would like to see how this defense grows with each other in the next 2 years. Ramsdale would be 25. Ben White would be 25. Gabriel would be 24. So I can't wait to see how these guys kind of grow together. So Tomiyasu again. What are we going to do with this guy? He's never had less than a 7, and today I'm giving him an 8. So much of Arsenal's play came through him bringing the ball out on the right-hand side, just like we saw against West Ham. That support factor behind Odegaard and Saka is so strong with Tomiyasu. And the way it allows the Gunners to kind of sit deep in the midfield, because this is what I was saying to you guys tactically about West Ham. We don't have strength in the midfield with Partey and Xhaka. And what that does is we can sit those guys deep and then play on the flanks and let that do all the work, so we don't commit too much men forward. So if Tomiyasu gets it wrong on the right, or if Tierney gets it wrong on the left, Partey and Xhaka are not going to be caught napping out of position. And that's so important when you have that kind of build-up play, that overlap, and what we're doing on the flanks. And that's the reason why Martinelli and Saka are shining. It's because of the work of the wing-backs. Man United did this when they brought in Kyle Walker and Mendy. It transformed their team. The difference is they paid 140 million for those two. We didn't. we paid 25 million for Tierney, and we played even less, 18 million for Tomiyasu. And those guys have really transformed our attack in terms of what they're doing. And I love the way how Tomiyasu carries his duties offensively, defensively, every single game. So it gets an 8 for me. Ben White, it was a 7.5, but I had to drop it because of the penalty to 6.5. He's still technically assured in possession, playing out from the back, willing to carry the ball into the Leeds half. Wasn't as ambitious today, but the penalty was just silly. Conceding that, that's a black mark on his performance today. Gabriel, dominant display, a captain's display. Guys, I'm really warming up to this guy now as a captaincy. Cool under pressure. Last season, me and Bertrand talked about how rash he was, how raw he was in his ability as a player. And I don't see that rash display. I don't see those head-gone moments from him this season. He seems to be thinking about things rather than just to react to situations. And I like what I see. If that's what he's going to be right now, then we have got a pillow of strength for the next 10 years. With Saliba or Ben White, we have to wait and see on that one. Kieran Tierney, again, another solid display. I think he's starting to progress with his build-up play in terms of coming forward. I didn't think at West Ham he was progressive enough, and today I thought he was, and he was allowed to. I thought Leeds allowed him to play a little bit more freely and be a little bit more positive on the ball. But again, another good performance, but I don't think he's technically at his best yet. And I still don't think he's better than Tavares. That's just my opinion. I just think you get a lot more with Tavares, although defensively he's a bit raw. But I think Tierney's not at his best yet. So games like this is needed for Tierney, because I think it would just allow him to build up his game speed. Saka, I'm going to give a solid 8. I thought it was a little bit, in wide positions, wasn't as good as West Ham, but then West Ham, he was phenomenal. But I thought he was a little bit isolated at times, but still had the ability to bring the ball forward. So much more confident taking players on now. And he came alive in transition play. He's dependable now. Earlier on this season, I said to you guys, he's too indecisive. Doesn't know what to do with the ball. Lacking vision. I'm not saying that now. The last 3 games, he's looked anything but. He looks assured on the ball. His vision is precise. His assist numbers are starting to go back up. He's running at defenders, and I like what he's doing. He's not being loose with the ball anymore. He's not being dispossessed in the way he was before, and I like that. If that's him growing as a player, I like it. Lacazette, I'm going to give a solid 8. Couldn't find the goal today, but he did everything else but score. His build-up play, chasing down loose balls, dropping off to pick up the ball deep, finding those spaces to help Martinelli make his runs. And he's doing everything he needs to do. And it's just a shame he couldn't get a goal today, but great performance from Lacazette. I also talked to Bertram earlier in the stream. We were punching numbers, and he just hasn't played enough. It's nice to say he's never scored 20 goals in a season, but he ain't played enough to score 20 goals in a season. And only God one knows what these starts will do from now till the end of the season and how it will benefit his play. And let's just wait and see. Let's see what that does for the kid. Odegaard. Absolutely fantastic, guys. Look, man, you all know I'm an Odegaard fan anyway, because I got that Ozil in me, and I love that in this player. Just a masterclass at playmaking. 5 chances created today to go along with the 12 he's had in the last 4 games. Pulling the strings from the midfield, the puppet master. He's the guy that's just the cog in the machine. And he made everybody around him look better. Not just today, but he did it at West Ham and he did it against Southampton. Game after game, we're starting to see performances increase. That was my issue with him. I thought when he started to take Lacazette's position, I thought he was average. Then he'd come in with a goal. Remember, he had 3 goals in 3 games. Now he's not looking average. He's looking very adept in his position. And I think that his ability to just understand the system, understand the forward play, and the way how he composes himself around his touches is brilliant. The weight in his touches is probably the best in the team. Yeah. The range and weight in his touches is just remarkable. For someone his age, I think somebody said it was his birthday yesterday or something like that. So I'm not really sure. What does that make him, 23? So Tony, you're going to probably have to look that up for me. I think he was 23 yesterday. I'm not so sure.
So what's the question?
Odegaard's age. I think it was his birthday yesterday. I think he was 23. But for somebody at that age to be playing like this at this level, oh God, I just love it. I absolutely love it. So we've got Martinelli, who's man of the match. Guys, we're seeing the best version of Martinelli right now. He's finishing. He's quality off the ball and on the ball. 2-footed. Just entirely, he's full on display for us to see right now. He's terrorizing defenses. This isn't a guy that no one's going to want to play up against. I don't care what team you are. You ain't going to want to play up against this guy. He's the full real deal. And he's just a threat. He's our biggest threat right now. And I think that is something amazing to have. The fact that we have a guy like Smith Rowe who scored 8 goals this season from the midfield. I repeat, our problem is goals from the midfield. And right now, we're spoiled. We're spoiled for choice. We don't know which one to go with because they're just both delivering on a fantastic level right now. And Arteta, 8 out of 10. You know, managing this situation that you've had to manage, the distraction with the captain, the system you're playing in, the tactics and everything is working. This is now 7, 3, 4 goals, 11 goals in 4 games now without Aubameyang. That's it. You figured it out. You've figured it out, Arteta. You've figured it out, and that's me, guys. Bertram, before we go to you, Bertram, Ebony, let's get your thoughts on the game, on the result.
Hi, Ebony.
Hi, guys. Yeah, I managed to catch some parts of the game. It just goes to show that we play better without Aubameyang. Sorry to say it, and I think in the second half, from what I saw, we took our foot off the gas a little bit. But we almost kept a clean sheet. Ben White gave away a penalty, which I'm not happy about. And you could see that Leeds were going to score because they had more possession in the second half. But I'm happy with the score line, and it gives us 32 points. And many people are complaining about the fact that other games have been postponed and ours haven't. But you know what? I'd rather the points. So it's for other teams to catch up now. But I'm happy. But I just didn't. I just knew that in the second half we were going to concede because we were just looking a bit lackadaisical in the second half.
You knew because Bertram put Obi on the stream, innit? Bertram, you got the conch, my friend.
Well, even though I did say it was 4-1, I was hoping it was going to be 6-love. So tonight on my other stream, I can give my nemesis cataract grief, but that won't work. It's 4-1. 4-1 is good enough. Look, we won, and we're playing well, which is most important. I always focus on the performance and sustained performance, not just outcome. So I'm very pleased that we won. If I was thinking about the ratings, I'm just going to leverage off what you have, Apollo. I give Ramsdale the same grade. He couldn't save the penalty. Kamayasu has been excellent since he's been with us. One of the better right backs in the league, not just playing for us. Hard to beat. You can probably see the difference when he came off, when Cedric replaced him. Our Leeds were attacking that side and having some success. So really, really good. So I'll give him an 8 also. Ben White, I'm going to give a 6. And he's lucky he's getting a higher grade. He can't make those mistakes. You lose at least 2 points for that, frankly. And so he probably should be a 5.5 versus 6, but I'm going to give him a 6 because we won and we only gave up 1 goal. Gabriel has been a beast all season. I think he's getting better in his decision-making, knowing when to attack and when to back off, which is really, really good. So he's reading the game much better than he was previously. But he's very, very young, but he's playing really well. So I concur with that grade, Apollo. I think Tierney was quiet for me today. He was getting balls because we're getting a chance to go forward. It hasn't been he's played a bit more quiet than he has when he first came to us. Maybe he's trying to manage his physical self because he gets injured a lot, maybe from overdoing it. So even though he goes forward, he's not going forward with the same vigor as he did previously and playing with the same reckless abandon as he did previously.
So at the moment for you, Tierney or Tavares at this point?
I think they're interchangeable. It's hard to separate them, frankly. So I would maintain the same. I mean, look, I thought Tavares was hard done being taken out of the team. I can understand why, because Tierney has a lot of following. He's played well. He's been solid. If you think about all defenders we had previously, he's the only one remaining. He and Gabriel, frankly, but Gabriel was out for a while. In and out of the team, he was a consistent performer. So I'm fine with either. I think Tavares give you more going forward, but Tierney has done well, so I probably wouldn't change what we have now. Unfortunate for Tavares. I think so. I give Tierney a 7 also. Xhaka, I gave Xhaka 7.5. I think he made 2 brilliant through passes, one which led to a goal. I thought he played well overall today, apart from having, his head get licked, as they say in Jamaica, sometimes making certain decisions. And he had it a couple of times today, but that's Xhaka. We have to take that with his game. But I thought he played well. I gave Saka a 7. I didn't think Saka, people may say, well, Bertram McDay, you go with Saka again. I gave him a 7. I thought he was in the game as he was last week. I think last week he got fed the ball a lot. So, and there were 4 people surrounding him last week. He still got out of trouble, even though he didn't score. He scored this week, but I thought he wasn't as imposing himself on the game as he did in the previous week. I gave Odegaard a 9. I thought Odegaard ran the show quite a bit. And those passes, those subtle, you don't realize the pace on the ball is an imperative when you try to get your forwards in and goal. And his pace on the ball is exquisite sometimes. Right pace, get you in stride so you don't have to check your pace or turn back. I thought he was excellent today. I gave Martinelli the same grade. I thought Martinelli was very good in the first half, dropped off a little bit in the second half. But I think Martinelli is showing that he should have gotten more game time, and he should always get game time, even though it's difficult to do. And ESR is now realizing that, given that he got, not injured, but he had some muscle issues, got out of the team, and it's hard to get back in. So I gave him a 9. I gave Laka 7.5 today. I thought he was more effective last week. And maybe it was the level of the competition that he faced and how well he played versus this week. I mean, he got a goal in the first 2 minutes of the game, which he didn't put away. He got a second goal, which he took on his left foot, which he didn't put away. So he missed 2 very good chances, I thought. But he's played well. And Tony alluded to this in the game, one point in his own half deep, where he got the ball, composed on the ball, turned on the ball, and just settled the game down so his team can get out and move the ball forward, which is important in a forward, and we don't have that with Abba. I want to talk about Abba, but we don't have that with Abba. So I thought it was very good on Laka. Smith Rowe, I gave a 7.5. When you come off the bench cold, 2 weeks in a row, putting the ball in the net, the question you ask yourself is, what do I have to do to start? What more can I do to start? Because if you check his stats going forward, you're going to say, well, he scored 4 goals in 8 games. Not really. I probably should use the minutes per goal as the barometer, not the goals per game, because I'm a substitute. I don't get as much time as others to score. So how are you judging me? And he scored 2 goals in the last 20 minutes in the last 2 games. Great return on your investment, and I think he's been excellent, frankly.
Yeah, he's officially the team's top scorer now with 8 goals and 2 assists in 18 games. Yeah,
I mean, if you think and check the minutes per goal, they probably give you a better take as to what his real production is. Tavares didn't have much time to really show anything. Cedric is just not good enough, so I'm not going to grade him. Sorry. And Arteta, I'd give a 7. I thought he could have been a better job in terms of how he managed the substitution. I look at game management and team pick. He picked the right team, has to be the right team. I thought he could have did a little bit more with his substitution versus what he did. And you could have played Tavares at right back, frankly, because he has a right foot. I just don't see Cedric in this team at all, in any place. Now, you want to keep people in the game, in the team, feel good about themselves. But so that's why I think a Lokonga, a Maitland-Niles, you got to figure out how to get those guys in the game. You can't. Partey's going away on the African Nations Cup. You got to keep that blood flowing, people in the game, build up there. Because here's one thing, Apollo. The reason why Odegaard is playing so well, because even when he doesn't play well, he gets to play the next week. So there's that continuity that you have. You build up that confidence, and he feels like he's a part of the team, and he feels like he's going to play, even if he makes mistakes. That's very important for players to help with their confidence. And I don't think Maitland-Niles and/or Lokonga is getting that at the moment, even though I think Xhaka and Partey are playing okay. So, and they were dominant last week against West Ham. I didn't see Rice in the game. I didn't see Souček in the game. I didn't see West Ham in the game, period. So if you think about the performance of the last 3 weeks, we should be pleased.
So Odegaard, captain material for you? Do you agree?
Yeah, I don't. Everyone is talking about Tierney. They talk about Gabriel. They talk about Ramsdale. They talk about Odegaard. Like I said, he's the captain. That's the way I see it.
But he won't be next season.
No, I understand. But I mean, here's the thing, Apollo, which is until he leaves, he's the captain. Because here's what's going to happen. He's not going to think, you know what? I'm at home. They want me. Abba's not in the team. Abba's no way back. I don't care what anybody says. Maybe I'm going to be here if they pay me the right amount of money. And I may be the starter. If they bring in someone else, I may not be starter. He may stay. I'm telling you, Tony. Tony's shaking his head. He may stay.
I think it's going to happen. I can understand what you said. 100%. Well, 98%. The one thing you can't do is give this guy more money.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the money right. Is the money right? What's he going to get out there versus what he's getting here?
He's already on top dollar for what he.
I know, but I'm just saying, you're going to pay him less or pay him the same? That's the question. Not pay him more.
GK's having a laugh there to give the captaincy to Xhaka. He's having a laugh.
I don't think so.
Big shout out to Andrew. Andrew, thank you very much for your donation. Much appreciated, my brother. And big shout out to Alex. Alex, we were just talking.
Hey, what's up, Alex?
We were just talking about you, about Partey and them old legs. Before I go to Tony, let me go to Andrew. Says, I've not listened, but yet Saliba has provided his insight on a nightmare 6 months at Arsenal. Vinci says, even Gabriel has improved. He's close to marking with getting yellow cards. Yeah, we were just, me and Bertrand just discussed that. Carlito says, don't enjoy Arteta running up and down the sidelines like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to micromanage the game. He's what he's doing is he's managing. I was talking to Colin about this a couple of days ago. Because this team is still in its infancy, he's having to still manage the shape of the team until they get it right, which is going to take a while. Because remember, these teams that we're playing against have been playing together for years. But with this team, they're still in their infancy, and Arteta is still going to need to have to do that until they get it right. Show me that you can handle, the tactics and the philosophy, and then I'll sit in my seat and I'll relax. But until you can do that, we're going to keep the tempo up and make sure that the levels that we have set don't drop. It's imperative that at this age, these kids have to realize that the expectations are here, so we can't accept down here. And I think that that's what's happened at the moment. Calvin, big shout out to you. Calvin saying, Party, the Premier League will make a young man look old. Give him time. Everybody's jumping on this. And I thought he's played well a lot over the last few games. Much better than the 3s and the 4s I gave him before that. And Andrew makes a donation and he says, as if by magic, I donate some money and Ebony appears. Just bow down to the Queen, man. Bow down to the Queen. Alison, I don't actually understand what that message is, but big shout out to you, my brother. Alex says, Party needs to research out some young legs. Man aged 27. Yeah, 20, is he 27? I thought he was 28. Playing like a 40-year-old. Yeah, that's it, man. Them legs, they don't last too long, man. Listen, it might be 27, but man's got 100,000 miles on that engine. Gonna have to get some MOT soon, man. The man needs an oil change, needs some brakes, needs some more fluid.
He's 28. His birthday's 2 days after mine.
Okay, it's public age. It's public communicated age is 28.
Yeah, Canu.
Age is 28.
Canu, check your birth certificate. Canu, check the birth certificate.
Which one? Which one, Apollo? Which birth certificate, Apollo? Which one?
The French one. Not the French one. not the Guyanese one. Tony, before I go to Tony. No, let's do Tony and then we'll look at the league table. Tony, you got the conch.
Okay. I don't know if this is official yet, but somebody I know has sent me a message to say that we're going into lockdown after Christmas.
I thought so, yeah.
Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised.
I'm not. Yeah.
We probably too. So you know what you need to do? Go out and buy supplies now, and don't wait to buy them later.
Holland are going into lockdown tomorrow, apparently.
Well,
Netherlands are going into lockdown tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gone mad. I said to you guys when we had the midweek meeting that don't look at any other number except for the R rate. Yeah, if the R number starts to grow, then that's where we got a problem. And at the moment, it's between 3 and 5. Germany and some other countries are in 8 and 9. And Germany is one of the lowest vaccinated. Germany's 64% vaccinated as a nation. We're 89% vaccinated as a population, so we're in herd immunity. So we don't expect those things to hurt us. That's why our rate is less, because when you're vaccinated, it suppresses most 75% of being infectious. So that's kind of working. All the numbers make sense now. However, that's not sustainable. And in order for you to not put pressure on the NHS, you better nip it in the bud. Maybe a circuit breaker. Maybe do it for 2 or 3 weeks and see how you go. But just stop the rot. Just shut it down, and then first week in January, rethink your narratives. And the government need to do that now. Otherwise, they're making a big mistake. Tony, you got the conch.
Okay, so Stato, here we go. Today has brought up some absolutely amazing stats, which I'm quite proud to read out. So we'll start off with only one of Arsenal's last 15 Premier League goals has been scored by a player over 23 years old.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Okay, how about this one? Arsenal had 11 shots on targets in the first 45 minutes. The most of any side in the first half of a Premier League game in the last 6 seasons.
Wow.
So that's including when Leeds lost 7-0 to Man City.
Yes.
Wow.
That's only first half performance, but still, it just shows the domination of that first half was outstanding and really should have scored more.
Mm-hmm.
Mad. Remember, guys, 11 goals in what? Four games now? 11 goals in 4 games.
Okay, so talking about the youth in the team, over 50% of Arsenal's goals this season have been scored by a player aged 21 or less.
That just goes to show how great the kids are. What I keep saying, let the kids play.
So that's my those are my stats that I'm really in terms of the ratings. I kind of concur with yours, Apollo. I kind of feel like there's not a great deal I can change in yours. Obviously, I need to give Xhaka a mark, for which I will give him a good solid 7. The pass, in fact, I'm going to give him a 7.5 because the assist for the goal was great. Odegaard, I'm going to upgrade to a 9 because I do feel the geezer came out of it. You know, he came out to party.
Isn't that ironic that he's my boy and you guys are rating him higher than me? And you know, and I'm trying to pamper down my excitement because I love him so much as a player. You guys know that.
The way he did today, I got to give him praise. But yeah, everything else is pretty much the same as yours, Apollo. Yeah, I mean, you know, the Arteta grade, I think he's doing well with the lineup. Clearly, he knows this team can do a job, and they work well together. And I like that he's showing continuity, because that's what you need in a team. You need to be able to give players the opportunity. And I understand Bertram's point. I totally agree with Bertram in relation to Saka, but he's clearly part of a midfield that does a lot of production work, and Saka produces a lot of what I would consider hard work runs. And you know, if he's creating mayhem down the right hand side, then the defenses are shifting across to mark that mayhem, and that releases more energy down the left hand side. And I think if I look at Martinelli's stats, they kind of show you that actually Saka's getting all the attention from the defenders. Martinelli is running away with it down the left hand side. He's not getting close to the attention, and his stats, some interesting stats for Martinelli today was 100% shooting accuracy, 55 touches, 24 passes, 9 touches in the opposition box, 7 duels the most, 3 possessions won, 2 shots on goal, 2 goals.
Mad.
Can't ask for much better than that, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, Xhaka, some stats that I know you won't like to hear, but in the first half, Xhaka had the most passes completed, which was 28 out of 31. He had the most attacking passes in the third half, in the third part of into the final third. Sorry.
Yeah, so those are the ones that I want to hear, because every time I check his numbers, they're going backward and sideways.
Right. So in the first half alone, he had 7 passes completed out of 9 attempts into the final third, and of course got an assist. He had the most ball recoveries in the first half, and the most tackles won. So for those are the kind of stats where you kind of got to go, yeah, you had a good solid game. I think it dropped off in the second half, but just on first half performance alone, he had a decent game.
Okay. Is it you done, Tony?
Yeah.
All right, Ebony, what's your grades?
Okay. Considering that I didn't see all of it, so I'm going to give Ramsdale a 7. Tomiyasu, he just gets better and better every week. And I keep saying this, and I'll say it again. He does exactly what Bellerin didn't do on the tin. White, he gave away the penalty. Not too happy about that. Tomiyasu, I give an 8. Ben White, he gets a 5. I'm sorry, we can't be making those mistakes, especially that close to our, especially that close. Sorry, nah. Gabriel, the Beast, he gets a 7. Tierney, I just love the way he bombs forward. He gets a 7. Xhaka, next. Partey, I'll give a 6. Sometimes I look at Partey and I just think that he's slow. But maybe maybe later on at some point he will actually get up to speed. But maybe he's still getting used to the Premier League. Saka scored a goal, give him an 8. Odegaard, he just gets better and better, as I said to people. Give him a chance. He will rule that midfield. So I'm going to give him a 9. Martinelli, 2 goals. They can't handle him. He gets a 10. Lacazette an 8. Arteta, I'm going to give him an 8. It would have been a 9, but I would have loved to have seen Sam be there instead of Xhaka.
Yeah, he didn't even play. Maybe they. Yeah, I think they're saving him for Sunderland.
But apparently he's got COVID.
Tuesday.
Apparently he's got COVID. Sambi's got COVID. But
yeah, I did hear that there was 2 or 3 players that had it, but I didn't have anything confirmation before the game started.
Yeah. But no, I think today's performance, like I said earlier, we took our foot off the gas in the second half, and Leeds, they had a bit more possession and they were passing it around a lot more, passing the ball a lot more than they did in the first half, which I wasn't too pleased about because when you take your foot off the gas, you're gonna the opposition will always win, get a goal, and we conceded. Even though it was a penalty and it was a mistake. However, you could see that with some of the shots that Leeds were putting in, you could see that they were going to score at some point. So, but yeah, but I mean, it's a win. And like I said, I prefer the points on the table rather than having games postponed. So, everyone's going to have to catch up.
So speaking of points on the table, what, and by the way, big shout out to GK. GK saying, it's been depressing of a signing, and I don't think he'll have any more memorable performances here. He's talking about Thomas Partey. Calvin has said Lacazette just extended his contract another year.
Really?
I'm not sure. Yeah,
no. He's saying just extend his contract.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says Apollo, team structure, good analysis on Arteta's sideline coaching. We have a young team. Totally agree. Andrew says, great to see a positive reaction after the debacle at Everton. You know me, bro. I'm going to try and keep it 100 here, man. Or shall I say 101 here? A lot of people come to this channel because they like the positivity, Andrew, and they don't like all the bashing and the swearing and the negativity. A lot of people come here because they don't like that. And, if that means that I'm going to stick out from the rest, then so be it. I'm not going to change. That's always going to be my the philosophies here at 101. Kuke saying 5 is harsh, Ebbs. If we lost the game, then yeah. He's talking about Ben White, I think.
Yeah.
And so, guys, Bertram, what's your thought? So GK's got a question here that all of you can answer. He says, how confident are you guys on top 4? Bertram.
There are a lot of games to be played. Man U, Tottenham, West Ham are still going to be there, I think, come the end of the season. It's the Tony, I think I hear your chips in the background. It's the continuous maturity of the team, and it's how well they're evolving and how the team is evolving. And it's also what happens when a party goes away, even though we think Lacazette can be a good replacement to the African Nations Cup, because Pepe doesn't play and Aubameyang doesn't play, so they don't really matter anymore, frankly. Is can we stay injury free? We have a history of having injuries at the most inappropriate times. Can we stay injury free? Can we maintain the same status quo in terms of performance? Can we have that continuity in terms of, as you have alluded to before, Apollo, the team all buying in? We have the culture evolving. We have people supporting each other, and we have sustained performance, which is important. And we don't have any negativity that affects the team. And also how our competition plays, right? Man U is a little bit dysfunctional, no matter how good they are. Tottenham, Kane is not scoring. Hope that continues. at least until the end of the season. And West Ham doesn't have the squad, I think, to really perform. They have a lot of injuries in their defense. I think they're playing with 4 separate defenders I had before. So we have the situation with our opponents, our competition, our main competitors, who are having some challenges. We have a young team playing well. How confident I am? I still think we're going to be top 6, as I said at the inception of the season. Top 4 is a hard task. I am thinking about trying to run down Chelsea versus competing against you. I mean, so I am hoping to. We're striving to go forward versus looking back, and hopefully that continues.
So I'm going to surprise everybody. If you guys saw my stream last night, which is the Premier League stream, and Tony and Ebony, I'll come on to you in a minute with the top 4. If you guys saw my stream last night about the top 4, and you all know that I said we'll finish 8th, yeah? But last night I said that this team can finish in the top 4. And there are various intangibles why. One of them is obviously because the teams underneath us have to play each other. That's what you have to think about. United's got to play, they've got to play Spurs, and they've got to play West Ham, and West Ham's got to play Spurs, and vice versa. So they're going to take points off each other, number 1. Number 2, we've got the points in hand rather than the games in hand, which is always good to have because now the pressure is on them to win. It's even more pressure, yeah? Number 3, and this is the most important point, guys, and you have to stay with me on this. Arsenal, in the calendar year of 2021, have the 3rd most points in the league. Now, I'll explain. In the latter half of last season, Arsenal had the 2nd most points in the league. This season, currently, they have the 4th. When I added them all up, over the course of a full season, Arsenal had the 3rd most points, which proves they have the ability to finish 3rd, not 4th. However, whether they will do it or not will be based on the mental side of the game. Yeah? Because the numbers are one thing. The ability to mentally go out there and do it is another. So I'll take this sheet away. It would be inconceivable for me to say they don't have the ability to do it. All the numbers show that they can. And as Bertram said, and I broke down last night, Tony, you wasn't on the stream last night, was you, Tony? Yeah, you wasn't, right. So as I broke it down last night on the Premier League show, I said Arsenal have a chance because of what I just explained. West Ham have a chance because they got into Europe last year and they are fundamentally playing the most sound football, which is why they've been in 4th place for so long. Their football is sound. They don't have any weakness anywhere across the field outside of dependent on being an Antonio. And Antonio's one of the top scorers in the league. So they don't have any weaknesses anywhere. In my opinion, West Ham have the 2 best holding midfielders in the league, bar none. That's just my opinion. Manchester United have heavily invested 400 million with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So they have the talent to make top 4. What they don't have is the manager. So if they figure it out and the light bulb switches on, 4th place can be theirs. Tottenham, probably the outsiders because they got a great tandem attacking force and they've got a great manager, make no mistake. But their midfield is not good enough. They're kind of suffering in a little way how we are. When you look at Skip, Nombele, and we went through this last night on the podcast, their midfield are not good enough, and their centre-backs, they need to go out and buy some centre-backs because that ain't been working for them for quite a while now. And you're still playing Eric Dyer. After 2 years, you're still playing Eric Dyer at centre-back. Yeah? Is that a joke? Are you trying to make me laugh? Yeah? You're trying to get me to take them serious. I hope you're watching this, Andy. So for me, all 4 of those teams have a chance to finish 4th. But I think West Ham and Arsenal and Man United are probably the teams that are in the mix in terms.
So I'll
of
say
that
one last
happening.
thing, Apollo, before you go to Ebony or Tony, is that we do have coverage in certain key areas. I still think our right back is weak, but we have coverage. Lacazette in midfield. We have Tavares out wide. We now have Smith Rowe up front. We don't have coverage for Lacazette. I know Martinelli can transition there. We still have a few gaps in terms of injuries, but we do have coverage in certain key areas, especially for Tierney, who breaks down during the year. But that also helps.
But remember, that translates into Tomiyasu as well, because Tavares is a right back and a left back.
Yeah, but today he brought on Cedric instead of Tavares. I still think you think about Cedric at left versus right.
Tony, the question goes over to you. 4th place, can you see it? How confident are you?
I'm not confident at all. I'm just gonna be honest. I just don't think it's a realistic. It's a great aim for us to be doing. We should be aiming for top 4, but I just feel there's so much football to play. You know, this is, as we've said, it's a very young team. Will the legs be able to last the full season?
Yeah.
I do think that outside of the starting 13, 14 players, there are certain positions where you're like, we might struggle if we lose Tomiyasu, we have to rely on Cedric. I'm worried. I'm happy with the left backs. If we lose Gabriel or Ben White and we have to bring in Holding, I'm not as enthused, but I'm not completely disseminated. Centre midfield wise, I feel like we've got good players there. Actually, I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles can do a good job. I think El Neni's days are pretty much run. But Lokonga is the one for me. I want to see him, as we said in the game. I want to see him and Partey playing. I don't want to see Xhaka, even though I talked up his stats for today. But up front, that's where it's happening. Up front is the catalyst for change. That is where, with the stats that I've produced, about 50% of the goals happening to players less than 23. Then that's Martinelli, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Saka. Aubameyang is done for me. Seriously. I personally believe, and I've just had a friend of mine saying apparently there's talk in that training ground that Aubameyang and Lacazette can be sold in January. The go-ahead has been given. So that tells me all I need to know. Lacazette ain't getting a new contract. I'm sorry. He ain't getting a new contract.
Well, they offered him 3 and he turned them down. They're not going to offer him another one.
He's overpaid for what he gives.
Yeah, I agree.
Simple as that already. He's overpaid for what he gives.
Yeah.
I do prefer him to Aubameyang, though.
Yeah.
Right now, you can see the last couple of games, you're getting far more production from him than you're getting with Aubameyang. But the issue is he ain't scoring goals. He never has done. Yeah. So it's time for the upgrade. That is one of the key things there. I read a funny tweet just now, actually. Somebody wrote, okay, time to sell Aubameyang, Lacazette, and get secret agent Odegaard to go and trigger the release clause at Dortmund.
Tom Aston had been talking about that for weeks.
and tell him whatever he wants, we'll give it to him. And that, to be honest, right, I would throw the bank at.
So we go buy Billingham and Tony. We go buy Billingham and buy him also. Buy both of them.
Yeah, hell yeah! I love the kid. I
yeah.
love that kid. So yeah, those are the positions that we need to stock up on, and but top 4 really for me. I'm gonna continue to hope that we get there, but I'm not gonna expect it. Yeah. I'd rather the team over-deliver than under-deliver on my expectation.
Yeah. Guys, I love the positivity here. GK says, we think normally have our best run in the second half of the season. Usually, we do. GK saying facts, Apollo, that's to our advantage. Kurt is saying, re top 4, let's not forget those teams they win their games in hand and go above. Yeah, because they got to play each other, so they're going to take points away.
And don't forget,
also,
those teams that play in Europe are playing midweek games again in the new year.
That's what I'm saying. So Kurt hits the nail on the head here. Kurt says, let's hope the fixture pile-up isn't too much for them. And it is going to be, because those teams have to play in Europe. And guess what, guys? These games that are cancelled last week and this week, they got to play those. We're the only team playing right now. So we're not going to suffer from fixture pile-up, because we've played our games through this bit of COVID, and we're not in Europe. So the other teams are going to have to shoehorn these games in that they've missed, plus the games in Europe. So it's even more pressure for them. So, yeah, it's a great point there, Kurt. Calvin saying positivity, the glass is always half full. That's why we come to this channel. Yeah, listen, thank you very much for that. Always great to hear that. Cool K saying, that's why I'm here. Yeah, listen, guys, big shout out. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys, yeah? We'd just be talking to four walls. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So really do appreciate your support for the channel. 18 saying this may be the most positive out of all the Arsenal channels. Yeah, Cannon Fodder, Deluded Gunner as well. You got to put them guys in there as well. They're very, very on it, them guys. Calvin says, top 3, this team is good enough to run down Chelsea. Now, funny you mentioned that, because a couple of the guys last night, including Andy, said they think that Chelsea is going to capitulate. I can't see that yet, but the signs are definitely there. Remember, I tipped Chelsea for champions. I can't say they don't look champion material to me right now. So Bertram, I'm going to have to change. I'm getting rid of my prediction for them. I don't think they're going to do it. Sorry, Chelsea fans. I was with you for half a season, but I have to jump off the bandwagon now, man. Seat too hot. Yeah. Listen, the house is burning. The kitchen's on fire. Upstairs. I'm getting out of the house now. It's too hot. I'm getting out of the house. Ebony, top 4?
Well, you know me and my optimism, considering that, yes, we have played our games in hand, but then let's be realistic. You know, all the other, as you said, all the other teams have got to play each other. And if they do win, they go above us. But then it's up to us to win the games that we've got left as well.
Yeah, so Ebony, Tottenham's next game is against Liverpool.
Okay, well,
how's that for a game in hand?
Where is that?
That's at Liverpool. Actually, I believe
it doesn't matter where it is. They get it back.
Liverpool score. Liverpool score anywhere.
Wait, but by the way, they did beat City though. They did beat City.
Everywhere they go.
Yeah, but they did beat Man City, Tony. They did beat Man City.
But Bertrand, only Liverpool own the title of the team that scores every single time that they play. Man City don't even own that. Liverpool cannot stop scoring, man.
But Kane and Son have the second best ever combination of scoring goals in league history, and the only one behind who was it? The only one behind whoever's in front. So they can have their day, but I hope they lose.
Yeah, I hope they lose as well. But then but like I said, it's up to us to score, to win our games as well. With regards to if we get injuries. I'm not confident in Cedric. I think he's poor. And he showed why I think he's poor today. Then we've got the AFCON, that's coming up. So realistically, there has to be players that have to replace players that go into AFCON. Or So AFCON, African Cup of
But think about it, Ebony. We're only really losing Aubameyang, who's not playing anyway, so we're happy that we ain't gonna miss anything. El Neni, who's going, we ain't gonna miss anything. Partey's the one. Partey's the only one.
He's really the only one though. So basically, who do you replace him with? And Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a good replacement.
Thank you very much.
So we do have cover, but it's adequate cover that I'm thinking of. And left back. I'm not. Cedric, I'm not convinced. But otherwise, Arteta, what he's got to do is that he's got to start utilizing players to start who are going to cover AFCON or AFCON now. He's got to start utilizing. He's got to start utilizing Pepe a bit more.
Pepe's going to the African nations.
Oh yeah, okay.
So again, we're not missing out on him because he ain't playing anyway.
He ain't playing. Same as Aubameyang, same as El Nene.
But even so, he's got to start utilizing what's his name? Nketiah, Maitland-Niles. It would be great if we had Saliba, but then that's a whole different kettle of fish as well. And then there's injuries, and we tend to get injuries at this time of year. So
You know what I love about this? You know what I love about what you're saying, Ebony, is next summer is going to be such a wonderful time for Arsenal fans, because building a team is one thing, but buying players when you have a foundation is another. And when you're going into a summer and you don't need, well, you need a backup goalie, but it's not a goalie that you need. You don't really need the defense. You're going out to get yourself a main striker, and then you can pick and choose what you want to do as your attacking midfielder. You have a baseline. There's no desperation in your business because you've got it all planned out.
But then I'm always worried about the fact that our defense, anyone in our defense could get injured, and I'm also worried if Rami, as I call him, gets injured as well, because I have no confidence whatsoever in Leno, and I think everybody knows that. So right now I'm thinking about each game as it goes along. Can we make top four? We have the potential to make top four, but it's also, it's about choosing the right teams for the games that we go and play moving forward, and picking the right substitutions. So, but can we make top four? I'm gonna sit on the fence to that. Right.
What? Really?
I like to be. Me and my optimism.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised. I thought you, out of anybody, would say yeah.
No, but I mean, every time I've said, "Oh, we're gonna do this," I get disappointed. So right now, I'm just gonna stay on the fence. I'll see how. I'm gonna wait till about what month are we in? December. So I'm gonna wait till about February, March, and see where we go from there. Then that will give me a better picture as to whether we'll get top four or not. But right now, fence.
Under promise, over deliver. I like it. So guys, listen, closing comments. Open up the floor. Tony, anything you need to add? Bertram?
As I always say, football for me is a nice way to get away from life's hustle and bustle. I know there's a whole bunch of people today whose weekend pleasure has been denied to them. So, spare a thought for those people who aren't going to be able to attend their football matches, go play football, because I know my son's game was cancelled this morning.
Wow.
So yeah, look, it sounds like we're on the precipice of a lockdown. So being able to go to the game on Wednesday like I did, watch a game today, these things we might hold very dearly in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, for people who are out there, I'm glad that you could join us on this watch along. Enjoy the football that we have coming up if we have it. I know tomorrow I'm looking forward to Dolphins against the Jets. So yeah, have a great weekend, people. I always feel like the weekend has gone off in the right direction when Arsenal win.
Yeah, always.
So yeah, that's made my weekend really pleasurable. And, we'll continue the conversation in the week coming. But have a good one, guys.
Bertram, final thoughts?
So, as Tony alluded to, we seem to be regressing when it comes to COVID. We seem to have some euphoria about progress, and then that's get affected materially by what we are seeing around us in terms of people getting infected. The only good thing about all of this is that we're not seeing the same level of fatalities associated with this. People have got vaccinated, and or there's much more restraint in terms of ability to handle a virus, but still it's pervasive. I just saw news where Biden is going to have some announcement. What we're going to be doing here, I'm sure it's not going to be good news. because New York had one of its highest infection rates over the last few days. So that's not a good situation. Having said that, I hope sports continue because it gives us that reprieve, especially when you win, as Tony says, the feeling is the best and you can enjoy the rest of your weekend. My company just came out and told us we have to come back to the office next month. No, they're telling us, okay, take a pause. We're not sure when you're going to come back yet. And I frankly, I've got used to working remotely. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, even though you want to go back in the office and associate with people. But in terms of the football, I am pleased with the direction of travel. It's very important to see light someplace. I mean, before it was very, very cloudy. The skies are parting. You're seeing some more light. And what's most interesting about this is the youth that's involved and the quality of the youth. So it's one thing to have young players in your team, if you have a young team, but the potential doesn't have an upside to it. I think here we're seeing very good players. We're seeing people can get into the team who are good players, which is very, very good for you. When you can, only a few teams like a City, a Liverpool, a Chelsea, and Man, you can have players who are very good on the bench, and you say they could be a starter. You can see players being interchanged because they have the same level of ability. And we're seeing more and more of that in the team. And I can see we're going to be even better come a year from now because we'll get rid of some, I'm not going to call it deadwoods, but players who may not fit and be able to bring in players who have the qualities we're looking for. So you may get your wish, Apollo, in terms of Xhaka and him being replaced, even though I think the coach loves him. But no, it's a good thing. It's going to be a good weekend. I have to go find where to get my booster shot because, frankly, I'm not liking this virus and how it's going and how pervasive it's becoming. And I do think you want to have as much protection as possible. And find it for everyone, which is two things, which is I think it should stack up on supplies. I think we may go back to where we were before, just in case. And secondly, I do think, I'm not going to tell anyone they should go get vaccinated. It's personal choice. I always believe if a certain persuasion is going to get something, I'm going to follow them. They always seem to be going in the right direction that's satisfy them. So I'm going to be like a follower for once in my life, follow the herd and try to protect myself. So please protect yourselves and stack up on some food because things may not be normalized for a while.
Yeah, excellent. Ebony?
What I will say is, yes, we had a great win today. May move forward with regards to the rest of the week. I don't know whether, we're going to be we're going to be locked down on Monday. If we are, then it's back to what we were doing last year and watching it on TV and stuff like that, which isn't a bad thing. But what people need to do is they need to look after themselves. I mean, I'm not vaxxed, and I have my reasons for not doing so. I'm not gonna bother castigating anybody that chooses to. That's not my job. People are doing what they want to do to protect themselves, and that's fine by me. But all I will say is that in the coming weeks and months, look after yourself, look after people around you, and just hope for the best, really, and just move forward and keep positive as you can, and as optimistic as you can, because right now, the kind of time that we're living in, there's so much uncertainty that we don't know what's happening. I mean, we've got this Omicron, and people are on tenterhooks as to what is going to happen. Will they have to work at home? Are they going to be able to go to matches? Are they going to be able to go to other sporting events? Are they going to be able to go out and enjoy time with their friends and family? And
remember, it's different for us because we're in herd immunity. We're not only one of the highest vaccinated countries in the world, but we're the second highest booster country in the world. We've got over 25 million booster shots already done before the winter is fully in swing. So that is the booster program now. I mean, my local Alum Lane, we're going nuts here. We're filled every day with people who were just lining up to get themselves ready. I'm not due a booster until February because I had my last dose in April, in August, but I'm going to get it done a month early.
Well, I want to go to the States, but I know I have to be double jabbed.
So, I mean that's standard, isn't it? Yeah. No one's going to be letting a person in the country unless you've got them protocols done.
But I mean, but we are living in times of uncertainty, and we have been for, let's just say, for the past 19 months, and that uncertainty may well happen from Monday. So all I can say to that is, look, if you can go to work, I don't want to sound like Boris Idiot Johnson. All I'm going to say is, if you can go to work, go to work. If you can work from home, do so. But whatever you do, look after yourselves.
Is that his middle name?
Idiot, yeah.
Right, guys, we're not going to shut off yet, and I'm going to put my player ratings back on. So sorry, guys, if you wanted to get rid of us quickly, but we're waiting for somebody else to come in and give his views and his player ratings.
A special guest. Special guest.
Yeah, we're looking at. Listen, isn't it funny? Martinelli's two biggest fans, in terms of Vinci and La African Guna, weren't even here to enjoy one of his breakout games. So La African Guna, welcome, bro.
Hey guys, thanks for staying on. Just got back, watched the game. I don't really know what to say. I mean, was quite confident that we were going to win this game. It's just our team is just flowing right now. I think we've seen the progression and this talk about time, right? We keep saying we need time, and I'm one of those fans that I don't want to wait, but I can see that this team does need time. And if we do give it the right time and we keep putting the right ingredients, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I think we need a couple more experienced players. I mean, we all know Xhaka needs to be out of this team. Unfortunately, I want to say Partey as well. Like, he's giving me some iffy vibes. I still think he'd be, an above average midfielder, but I think to be a title winning team, I'm now starting to think, is he really going to be that player, or do we need to replace him as well to get that title challenging team?
It might be a bit too early for that, but until we start to see. Bertrand made a good comment on about playing consecutive games weekly and getting back into the mix of things, and I think that's definitely what's happening with Partey, because we've seen Partey play some absolutely standout games, and this isn't him. This isn't.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. His passing is really bad. His first touch, his decision making, like, he just doesn't seem like he's in control of the ball as much. Like, sometimes you can see he takes players out of the game with his touches, and then at times he puts himself in really bad situations. So kind of a hot and cold situation on that front. I mean, where do we start, right? Martinelli.
Yeah, if you got start from Ramsdale and then work your way up to Martinelli.
Yeah, go to the rating. Cool. So Ramsdale, I'm gonna give a 7.5. I think, honestly, guys, like, incredible signing. I think he's still young and he still has a lot to develop. I think he is gonna make a mistake at some point. This risk to reward is working for us right now, but at a certain point, he's gonna get caught out and he's gonna make a bad pass. He's gonna lead to a goal, and it'll just be interesting to see how he deals with that and if we can progress and then iron that out of the game. But we're seeing defensively mistakes have been ironed out. We're seeing a team without Mustafi and all these Kolasinac. I mean, all these players who were just so error prone. And now we're seeing a team that makes way less mistakes. And it's really great to see. Tomiyasu, I'm going to give it 8. I think he's an unsung hero. I think he's one of our best signings that we've made in the last 5-6 years. I mean, I'm going to refer back to the West Ham game, that second goal, the way he fought for that ball. There's no way Bellerin is ever doing that, like, ever. There's no way Arsenal is winning that ball and going on to a counterattack with Bellerin in the team. So you can see these small differences is really massively improving our game in totality of the way we control the ball, the way we can counter just like that with one pass. So I really, really like Tomiyasu. White, I agree. I'm going to give him a 6. That penalty was bad. I mean, yeah, you could see Ramsdale and him were trying to play it off like it wasn't a pen, but it was 100% pen. He was late and he took the man. Gabriel, I'm going to give it 8. I think he's superb. The way he was shielding the ball against 2-3 players, I mean, he's super strong, winning all his headers. I mean, we really have really strong defenders, like the best that I've seen in my lifetime. And remember, guys, I mean, I'm younger than you guys, so I really haven't seen a defense this good. I'm going to be honest, right? Koscielny, Mertesacker, I've seen Vermaelen, I've seen Gabriel, the Brazilian one, I've seen Santos. I've seen average defenders, and now I'm seeing some really youthful ball-playing defenders, which I really enjoy, right? Tierney, I'm going to give a 7.5, super consistent. Xhaka, I agree. I'm not going to raise Xhaka because I don't want to talk about him anymore. I'm done with him. So I agree. That's the best way to move
Assist
forward.
and two very good through balls. Just saying.
Yeah, he did, but he had too much space. I mean, anyone could have really made those through balls. I'm not taking it away from him. It was still good, but I mean,
hey, like African Gooner, he's averaged like 1.5 assists for a whole season for the last 3 years. So every dog has his day.
What about the assists, right? Like, if we're being honest, that was a yellow card challenge, the one he got away with. That was definitely a yellow card. I'm surprised he didn't get that. And he made a lot of stupid fouls. There was this one point where after he made that yellow card foul and he didn't get a yellow card, he tried to pull a man down and he was going to take a yellow card then after anyways.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's an accident waiting to happen. On another day, he could have had a red today because he got booked at the end as well.
And also what I noticed is, I mean, there was a point where a lot of times he does a good thing and then right after that he gives away the ball and whatever. And it's like, yeah, you did that good thing, but then, I mean, you mess it up eventually.
African Gooner is being consistent. He's being consistent.
Yeah, consistently. As I said,
Luis giving away penalties.
Look, he wasn't bad today, right? He wasn't amazing. I agree. I mean, the passes were great, but I think they were way too open. I mean, we broke a record today in terms of the amount of shots we had on target in a Premier League first half game. I mean, come on. I mean, it was just way too easy for us to cut through. Odegaard, Partey, I'm going to give a 7. I think, he needs to improve, but solid, and we're getting away with it so far because we're not playing any real top teams. Let's be honest. If it was Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, I think we'd be punished in the midfield. Right now, we're playing weaker teams where we're able to dominate a bit more, and we're getting away with it and creating the chances. Saka, I'm going to give an 8. Oh, he's been phenomenal. I think today he lost the ball and made bad passes, but overall, in terms of commitment and drive and everything else, it was doing really, really well. And I agree, Apollo. This guy's getting double team, triple team because they don't know what to do with him. He just beats. He just beats you so easily. It's a piece of cake for him. He just beats you. And I mean,
he wasn't doing that a month ago, but it's just the light bulb switched on and he's just transformed. Maybe what Martinelli and Smith Rowe are doing has rubbed off on him.
Confidence,
he's in attack mode. He sees a defender. He's not thinking about doing anything silly. He just wants to go at you and attack you. I've never seen
think about it. You're, two of your closest friends, and I would say, I mean, these guys are best friends, right? They're the youngest, they're stars in the team, and they're progressing together. When you're seeing the way the other two are playing, you're bound to want to compete and play because you're playing for Arsenal and you're, striving to be the best player in the world. And this is the type of attitude that we've wanted. We wanted issues like this where we're like, holy crap, how do we get Smith Rowe back in this team? We can't drop Martinelli. I mean, all these issues that we're having are great issues to have that we haven't had in a really long time. I think Odegaard has picked up his socks. I think he still needs to iron out a bit of his game, still making bad decisions at times, making bad passes. But, I mean, the work rate is there. He did create an assist today. So, I mean, he's coming into the game. I also think that we're playing against easy teams. So I want to, wait a bit and just see us play against a tougher team.
Well, you missed that on Wednesday night when we beat West Ham.
No, but they weren't that great. Let's be honest. I know
West Ham they've been the
I know, team in the league this season. But they weren't great. Let's be honest. They weren't that great when we played them.
I think that was a little bit of them and a little bit of us as well.
I agree. I agree. I'm just saying I think it could have been a way different game if they really showed up and tried. I don't think they tried. I think they're a good team. They had good structure and everything, but they didn't really go for us. I didn't feel threatened at all by them. I'm gonna give Odegaard an 8. Martinelli, you have to give a 9. I mean, those 2 goals, what can I say? That second goal, by the way, he gets fouled. And instead of going down for a pen, this kid is like, no way am I going down. I'm finishing this, like the dinner it is on my plate. And cool finish. I mean, look, Eddie and Ketia, I would even say as far as Lacazette and Aubameyang aren't scoring that one-on-one. I'm sorry. Martinelli is the only finisher that is finishing those chances right now for me. He's deadly. So, I mean, even that first goal, he's just lingering around the box, right? Just waiting. And the ball's loose and bam, top corner, right? So, yeah, I'm really excited for Martinelli. I've been waiting a long time to see him get. And now, right, he can't be dropped. It's impossible for him to be dropped unless he has a bad game. And even if he does get dropped, he'll play the first 60 minutes and then get subbed for Pepe or whatever if he's not making.
So African Gunner, what do you do with ESR?
I keep it the way it is right now, actually, to be honest. I think you keep Martinelli and Saka and Lacazette going until one of them slips up. So if we can't create and score a goal and we're in need of a goal, that's when I make the change and I bring on Smith Rowe and stuff. And eventually, whoever's performing better, that's the person that plays, right? If Martinelli needs to be dropped because, Smith Rowe is scoring in every game and eventually Martinelli's not scoring or assisting or contributing, then I think Smith Rowe comes into the team. That's the way it should work, right? And that's what he said about Tierney. Tierney doesn't get dropped if he doesn't have a bad game. Like Tavares is not just going to come into the team, and I think that applies as well here for me.
Yeah, it's so let's have a little look at that, shall we? Let me just bring that up here. Because this is an interesting conversation. The issue is right now is that Smith Rowe is the top scorer in the team, and his stats are mirror of Aubameyang. Aubameyang, if you look at their goals per 90, yeah, Smith Rowe is actually better than Aubameyang. If you look at their minutes per goal, again, roughly the same. Goal conversion, Smith Rowe's higher. Shot accuracy, they're exactly the same. We're talking about a 20-year-old player who's an attacking midfielder against one of the best strikers in the world, and their stats exactly mirror each other this season. That's astonishing. That is down on that's down to Smith Rowe. So for a player like that, leaving him on the bench, I'd have to.
Well, the thing is, see, the other two are scoring, right? That's why I make that point.
Yeah.
If the output isn't there from either of the wingers, they get dropped, and Smith Rowe comes in, and then if he doesn't, like that's how
Saka numbers are not great. 15% conversion rate, goal over 27 minutes. That's not great.
That's
not great.
He missed an open goal today in minutes.
I got Apollo.
Bertram, you were doing so well.
Apollo, why put the stats up if you're not going to critique the stats? Why put the stats up? Look at the stats. You're talking about Smith Rowe. You're talking about Odegaard. Look at the stat. It's
so my
place, and he scored today. By the way, guys, he scored today. And look at the stats. He never scored today. Look at the stats.
Saka's still young. He's still learning.
And no, in his last three.
Yeah, but Emma Smith Rowe is younger.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about the guys. We're comparing the players and said you play based on outcome. That's what we're asking. Not about Saka. It's about outcome. You play them based on outcome, as Frank Gunnar is saying. You play them based on who you prefer. That's the question.
Yeah. No, I agree with Bertrand, but he brings so much. He brings so much more to the team that I'm allowing that to take time and develop, because I mean we shouldn't even expect it to begin with. I agree. He's playing.
He's not a great finisher. He's not a great finisher.
He shouldn't be expected to be scoring like this, anyways. But I agree. His goal conversion needs to massively increase. I can't believe he missed an open goal today. I mean that was really bad. That was as bad as Oba's misses. But I mean, he's contributing so much to the team that we really don't care on the rest, and he still scored.
By the way, his goal conversion. I mean, Odegaard, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, their conversion rate is twice his.
Yeah. I clocked that. I clocked it. I clocked it. Oh my god.
They have less opportunities on goal as well, right? So.
No, he's playing forward.
Saka had the most shots on goal today. He had 7 shots.
Yeah, he can't shoot.
And he scored a deflected goal. I'm sorry to say that, but
he's finishing his work. He's finishing his work, and that will come in time. In my youth,
we hope so. I'm just saying we're using stats as a criteria, and then we're saying, "Oh, Bertram, why are you talking about Saka again?" When the stats are in front of me, I have to talk about it.
But remember, as I said, since he's been playing, nobody in the team has more assists. 23.
And because he plays every game. What are you talking?
Yeah. Didn't he tie in, right?
Use the percentage. Don't use the number. Don't use the pure numbers. Use the percentage.
Yeah,
he starts every game. He starts every single game.
And this is what upsets me about Pepe: the fact that he brings so much, but there's
Pepe's problem is he turns the ball over too much. That's his problem.
Yeah.
And he can't beat a man.
Yeah,
and
he gets dispossessed too much. He's a better in front of goal than Saka. There's no comparison. But the rest of his game needs work. And he's not young anymore in terms of football age. So,
so African Gunnar, did you finish your ratings?
Yeah, Lacazette, I'm going to give it 8. I think he's playing really, really well. I think he should have scored 2-3 goals today. That's what I'm upset and hurt about. I think he should have done better in terms of his opportunities today. He had too many good opportunities, and I just kept saying, "Are we going to rue these mistakes?" And this is an opportunity for him to show Arteta that we don't miss Aubameyang. I'm scoring the goals. We don't need Aubameyang. And as a team, I think we're playing much better. I'm going to give Arteta an 8. I'm so happy with him. Look, I'm not Arteta out or Arteta in. I want the best for Arsenal. I just see that if it doesn't work for him, I just can't go through another process of getting another manager and restarting again. So frankly, I don't care. I don't have any personal.
That's why they didn't sack him last Christmas when everybody when we were in 14th place and Willian and Xhaka and Bellerin and all them veterans had let the team down, and all the fans was begging for Arteta's head. What he did is he got rid of the veterans, he brought in the young players, he started playing Smith Rowe, he went out and got Odegaard, and they had the second most points in the latter part of the season. And that has propelled them into this season's success.
I think what he has done is he has kept.
Oh, by the way, Tony's got to go because his battery's running out. Tony, we'll catch up with you later, bro.
Take care, guys. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, I got to leave soon too. Paulo, what he's done is he's kept more rounded football players. So think about every player and their capability, whether it's Smith Rowe, Saka, apart from his goal scoring, Lacazette, Partey. We can put Saka to the side. Most of the ones he has kept, Ben White, Gabriel, Tierney, Tavares. What's the thing about them? They can play football. Yeah. They're not one-dimensional footballers, which is very important. I think Xhaka is a little bit one-dimensional.
Athletically
Ramsdale,
challenged.
for example, he's replaced Leno as a good shot stopper with someone who can play with his feet, but also has shot. So what he's doing is what Man City has is people are very flexible. It's fluid. They can play football. They're not one-dimensional. Abba doesn't fit that mode.
Football IQ as well, I would say, Bertram. I think these players understand the game better. They're younger. They see it differently. I think there's also the pressure on them to perform, whereas before, I think there was just no one. Our team was just so bad that the manager was just forced to put up with the crap because there was no one else to play, and these players just got away with it all the time.
And what the first thing he did when he came in, the thing he focused on was his defense, right? The 5 people at the back, including the goalkeeper. Unlike Wenger, who only focus on the offense and didn't care about his CDM, he's bought 6 players basically. CDM, the 4 at the back, and the goalkeeper were supposed to be good defensively. Partey, you can say whether he was Atletico, I'm not sure he is anymore. And then he's trying to surround them with, a lot of legs to go forward. So I think he's getting it right, actually.
Yeah,
and the most important, he is. I agree, because what it is first of all, there's 2 things for me. Is transitional play. It's too slow with Xhaka in the middle there. Way too many touches. When I was at the Emirates the other day against West Ham, and we were counting how many touches a player takes when it goes from defense into attack. And time after time, Odegaard, 1-2 touches, bang bang, ball was moving quickly like that. Partey sometimes would take maybe 3 or 4. Xhaka up to 5 touches every single time.
Or he just stands there until someone comes and gets the ball from him.
That's why he gets dispossessed. He gets dispossessed because he's just idling with the ball too long. And it's frustrating to watch. And we just need, when you look at someone like Sambi and look at Sambi's numbers and look at the amount of times. That's why when these lot talk about touches for Xhaka, I don't care about the touches. What I want to know is how much times the ball's going forward. And Xhaka, forget Xhaka, Sambi leads all midfielders in recoveries, in tackles, in passes going forward. That's the guy who should be. We're missing him. Yeah. We're having all this success at the moment, but we can be better than this.
I think we need 5 players. We don't need 2 players. We need 5 players.
In the next year, I'm talking about in the next year, 2 players probably.
No, in the next year we need 5 players. So if we want to be top 4. Yes, so we need a backup right back. We don't have any.
100% agreed, yeah.
We need somebody beside Partey. Maybe even replacing Partey because he struggles to have the legs, right? So you need 2 there, 1 there. And we need 2 center forwards. And we need a backup goalkeeper.
You don't like
the backup goalkeeper, we need 2 center forwards.
No, I don't like Maitland-Niles either. I don't think he's going to last.
I'd rather, right now, if I was Arteta right now, I'd be playing Niles and Sambi in the middle. I wouldn't be playing these 2.
I think Renato Sanchez, what I've seen in the Euro.
He's got to start utilising them because when it comes to AFCON, what's going to happen?
You already see your youngsters are doing everything.
We're going to get Sanchez now for 25 million and bring him in January.
That would be a good signing, to be honest. Really,
yeah, it would be.
25 mil is cheap for somebody with that quality at this time.
All right, guys, listen. Sorry, African going to go on.
No. I'm just going to say one more thing. I think something that I'm noticing in these last few games is that ball through where Martinelli's getting 1-on-1, guys. We haven't seen our team get 1-on-1.
Yeah, that's a great observation, by the way. No, getting behind the defense. It's a great observation. We don't get behind the defense.
But
That's how
African-
Martinelli's scoring his goals, right? You're just
Yep.
putting him in, and that's what we've been asking to put. We've been asking for those chances for Aubameyang for so
Yeah.
long, and now
Yeah.
the team is finally creating it, and he can't be there.
No,
and
but
also
we don't
he's-
realize it's because Laka is coming deeper.
Yeah,
He can either make the pass or create the space so Odegaard can make the pass. We don't have that with Aubameyang
That's-
because he
I
doesn't
was
know how to
just
play
about
football.
to say that.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
African Guna, 17 chances created in the last 4 games. Who am I talking about?
17 chances in the.
Only one player plays the number 10 slot.
Who
Yeah.
am I talking about? Martin Odegaard.
Yeah.
Absolutely
The
phenomenal.
last 2-3 games he has been good. My worry is he has that Ozil vibe. There's games that I think he's just not going to be in the game at all. He's very
African
touch the
Guna,
ball.
there's a difference between what people don't realize when we play 3 teams, maybe even 2 teams, City and Liverpool, it shows up our frailties and our deficiencies. We don't even compete with them. So I see Villa competing with them. I see West Ham competing. We don't even compete. And you know why? Because we're trying to play football, and we can't play the low box like other teams can play, like West Ham, who are adults. So it makes it difficult for us. We got to get away where we can compete with them at the same level, so we can give them a good game. We haven't given them a good game in years.
Yeah. So this was before today's game, and he added another 5 chances created today. Look at his ball recoveries, his duels, the amount of tackles.
It looks like Ozil actually, ball recoveries.
I'm not even going to answer that, Bertram. You're having a laugh, man. I'm not going to laugh. I'm not even going to answer that. But yeah, look, man.
Is that from the ball boys? Because Ozil get his recoveries from the ball boys.
He needs to take on more shots for me. Today he had a couple of times where he could, and again, it's that Ozil vibe, right? Like he wants to just put it on a plate for someone else instead of taking that responsibility on his own. He has the talent. We've seen him score them top bins. He just had it to shoot, and he took too long. Once he made a pass and the other was blocked. That's the thing, right? I'm seeing this team every week get better. This team is getting better every week, and so I'm hopeful that like it's gonna come. It's gonna come. He's gonna start scoring more.
Could be the future captain there, guys. Him or Gabriel have got my vote.
As I've said before, I don't really care who's captain. I don't care who's captain.
Yeah,
I don't know why, because it's not. Look, you got to go out and play. The captain can only do so much in football.
As long as it's not Xhaka, I don't care about who else it is, honestly. I like the players, really. I mean, he's the only one.
All right, guys.
All right,
we're going to be back here on Tuesday. Arsenal play Sunderland in the Cup, so we're going to be live streaming that here. So hopefully you guys will join us then. Outside of that, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Arsenal are in 4th place, and we have a gap of 4 points. Even if the other teams behind us start to catch up, and remember they got to take points off each other as well. So isn't that going to?
So here's a question, Apollo. If COVID shuts down the season, do we finish 4th?
Yeah.
No, they would never do that, right? Because we played additional games. Even if they did do that, they would have to match the games. That
let the season finish right now. Africa Guna, we're in a good spot.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right now, no more games.
That's a good shot.
I'm really happy to play today because I was confident we were going to win. I really didn't want our game to be cancelled because I didn't care about anything else. They're going to have to play those games, and we're in form. So
they're going to have to catch us up. They're going to have to catch us up, and they're going to have to do it. One of the guys mentioned here, Leon, mentioned that they're going to have congestion in terms of their schedule build-up because they're not playing now. They're playing in Europe, and then they've got to fit all of that in next year. We're coasting. We're fine.
Yeah, I do hope Martinelli stays fit, though. I'm concerned about his health because when he does, it gives us a different dimension, right? Defense are not going to force to play deeper, so he can get behind them, create more space for Odegaard and others. It should help us in terms of his speed to get behind defense. So hopefully he stays healthy.
I hope Tomiyasu is all right.
He is.
Really concerned about him.
Yeah.
But you
could
see the massive drop off when Cedric came in. By the way, it was his fault.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Because as soon as he came on, our right side was back to when, like you could see they were penetrating our right side. It was so obvious the goal was going to come or something was going to come from that side.
I think he's a decent player, but he's not Tomiyasu. He can't win his boots.
I think he's a Southampton player.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Tomiyasu's right now. I'd be shocked for anyone to tell me that there's a better right back in the league than Tomiyasu.
Nah, he's really good. He's
from
really
what
good.
I've seen.
Yep.
So,
All right,
guys, listen, enjoy your weekend, and thanks for joining us in the stream. And I'll catch up with you guys on Tuesday, man. Peace out, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Peace.